All right. Got it there. Well, already. Peace and love, y'all. Konnichiwa. Hola, ¿cómo estás? You know, oui, however you like to greet your language.
Yo.
Right. I am brother Sean Lee L. You already know all is well. And my bros, man, they also turned me another appellation. Could you remind me?
Braveheart,
Yeah.
Braveheart.
Oh, yeah. And I am here with my bro, Living Master. So let him who who you are, Living Master.
You're hilarious. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Annyeonghaseyo. Guten Tag. Mushi mushi. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwest of Mexham. How are you? Let's get this started. All right.
Let's get started in here. Let's get started.
Oh,
you already know.
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead. Do your intro. Forgive me. Go ahead. Do your intro, bro.
Yeah, we just like to welcome you to another episode of Intuition Monday. And if you missed AstroCivics Sunday last night, make sure you catch not only part 1, but part 2, because the bros going so hard they try to stop it. So make sure you catch both those parts, right? And make sure you catch impromptu improv. I mean, you know, we've got enough material to last you. I mean, even Netflix ain't got this much material. I mean, you can binge watch for probably about the next 5-6 strongs, 6 years, and that's just watching. That's not even adding the extra time to go study and look, reference and look everything else up. So, make sure you check out those playlists, those videos. This is what we love to do. We love to share the information with you to help uplift you. Because we needed it. We know you need it. The collective needs it. So, I mean, we're just going to continue to do what we do, right?
Yeah, we're making sure also that we're not just regurgitating information or publishing material without doing practicality. You know what I'm saying? And actually we're actually doing this ourselves, right? We're actually not just, saying this or publishing a book or doing a lecture. No, this is a lot of we're workshop oriented. We're like, hey man, put this into action for real. Be active Moors for real. All right. Don't just be people that just talk and just write books. Seriously, write the books, do the lectures, and show how it works, right? That's why we tell you guys, if you want to really get some closest thing to workshop and putting it in action, you need to see what it is that we do on our YouTube and what goes down at the Jurisprudence Gym on Lawful Living, period. You're not going to get how to do this anywhere else. And
camera go. I don't even see you, bro.
I don't care how. You said you don't? 2 seconds. Because I was sharing out or whatever, about to go into the Instagram. Let me make sure it's still keeping up. And now it paused me. I can see it, and now it paused me. That's funny, but I'm sharing to the group right now. Okay, we already good. So let me come back here because I can see you on monitoring on the other devices, man. I can see that it paused me. But however, there I go. See, I'm moving again. But yeah, guys, make sure you and Brother Sean's right. We're at a point now where we're doing 4 presentations every 7 days, right? No one has no one's creating content at that rate and it's consistent. You can go back and look at our content and then be like, okay, let me try to prove something wrong. And if there's something that can be corrected, we're not gonna be like, oh no, see what happened. No, we'll make corrections. However, I guarantee that it's going to be hard to make corrections because we're still teaching those that came before us that was just publishing books and doing lectures because they don't really have the how. So remember, it'd be new Moors coming in with their eyes wide open to carry out the Prophet's law. And there's going to be Moors after us that are sincere and it's going to simplify what we're doing. So that's why we're keeping ourselves in that mindset to even embrace the youth that are coming. I yield.
Indeed. So we'll just get this thing going. Brother Sign gonna start us off. So I get my brother Jack's 6th house service on for the people, right?
Islam.
So get right on into it.
Indeed. All righty. In the Libra zone. We in the Libra zone. Hey!
Yeah, we in the Libra zone. We in the Libra zone.
Right. So that new moon was earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. I know what I thought. I thought it was at like 2:06 Eastern, honestly, to be completely honest with you. However, and which is really close because that says 4:05, all right, which would be 2 time zones to the east, right? Well, to the west, actually.
Yeah, it was about.
Hold on, no, to the east. What are you saying?
2:06 Eastern, about 1:06 Central.
Yeah, yeah. So the 4:05, 10 seconds away from 4:06 would be 2 more time zones east, so to speak. So yeah, that makes sense. All right. So with that being said, this event for the 20th February 2023, right? 0400 hours, 5 minutes and 50 seconds near Salvador, Brazil, right? We have the new moon taking place in Pisces here, and Brother Sean brought it to my attention. It's reflecting Regulus there in the 7th house. So what we're actually seeing that when it comes to the ego and personality and the subconscious mind, where the soul is right now and where the dictates pertaining to that soul are within yourselves, collectively speaking, for this particular zone, right? People are going to find themselves, they're going to be happening to have conversations that are really going to be stripped down to the bare essentials when it comes to really reflecting on what the people generally need to have at their hearts. It's going to really be spotlighting watching what's going on with not only themselves and how they do things, but watching those that seemingly are supposed to be relating to them from a governing type perspective. However, they're going to see the fascination and denial that's actually occurring with certain governing contracting beings. So I think here for the Libra zone, you're going to see a lot of revolt, if not revolution, pertaining to the way that people are even analyzing what's going on within their own communities by really observing the statutes, codes, and policies pertaining to the contracted government agencies. Alrighty, so what you guys can actually do is really just recognize that government starts with family, right? Government, ruling the mind, right? Which is from the Latin gubernaculum, which is a rudder pertaining to a ship. So that's that part in the water under the boat that helps the boat to turn when the helm is steered, so to speak, or allow the rudder to steer the boat when the helm is turned, right? And the helm is that, that multi-spoke wheel with the handles in the ship. And as you're turning it, the rudder is what assists the boat to actually turn, right? So with that being said, guys, really allow yourselves to bring home something that's very creative in your communication. So the essentials will allow for any happenstance that takes place. What you'll be able to do is really allow yourself to be very elastic in the sudden changes that occur, especially with those that have a fascination and denial with quote unquote government agencies. And with that, I yield the floor. If I'm not mistaken, I think next will be the Virgo zone. In proper Intuition Monday fashion, I should have Virgo, and then after that, I'll have the Leo zone. So we're in the Virgo zone now, the same 20th February 2023, right? 0300 hours, 5 minutes and 50 seconds. So we're starting to go west now, right? Anti-meridian for Caracas, Venezuela, right? And this is happening within the 6th house, guys. So we're really bringing to the forefront some values pertaining to our home creativities, or really our soul's current disposition, so to speak. And really the subconscious mind's dictates for the soul. And what we can really see here is the values that are going to be brought forth. You guys are really going to allow yourselves to possess a thought process that will really discipline your subconscious mind so that you're not overly embracing things that may boil down to overindulgence, or really allow yourself to overspend. So I think this particular one here will be really great financial management. I think with Saturn ruling the first and the second house, what's really going to be expressed here is a means for the people to really make sure they're transforming the way that things happen in their lives, so they can actually express and push to the forefront their heart and the centralized thought processes to further secure the essentials that they actually see for not just themselves, what they think is best for themselves, but also best for their community. And with that, I yield the floor. We're going in the Leo zone next. Boom, 9 times out of 10 take place in the third house. So I can already see that the communication between one's subconscious mind and heart really have to be on the same page here. Some transformative communications will take place. That's Nashira. Am I looking at Nashira there between Mercury and Saturn? Let me make sure.
Nashiri.
That's what I was thinking. Is that Nashira? Or am I looking at that? Let's see. Wow, it's right there dealing with astrology.
Nashira to see, yes, it is.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, because it's in a star, if I'm not mistaken, the third brightest star, which is Gamma Capricorni, the third brightest star in the constellation.
Give me 1 second. I'm ahead of I'm in a new share. Actually, I'm gonna share this desktop, and then boom. So let me hit.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, because I got that actually open too on the other laptop here. And that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's at 22 degrees. Because in 1925, Nashira was at 20 degrees, 40 minutes. And we know right now, if we take our formula for fixed stars in 1925, get the difference between the Gregorian calendar year now and 1925, which would be 98 years. 98 times 0.838 will get us that. And so we can see actually it has a Saturn and Jupiter nature, right? The essential expansiveness, if that is the case, or that which limits and that which, expands. Danger from beasts. Very interesting, right? So, however, this is now conjunct 22 degrees, right? Because it's there within the astrological area. Conflict with evil, but ultimate success. So what we're actually seeing here, you may see movies where they're utilizing, different so-called beasts or animals. Like I and my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, was watching Transformers: The Age of Extinction, and to see the Transformers that were the dinosaurs type of energy, along with all different types of other so-called transforming energies. And it's interesting because Pluto is there, which is very transformer type energy. So these transforming ideals and things that you think about, transformative conversations that, may seem to be bringing dangers from beasts. However, the beast is actually someone's lower self. And it seems like it would be conflicting with the evil, but there's ultimate success, not for the evil though. So this is really a means for the people to have their heart and minds focused mainly on limiting their conversation to just that which will make the transformations necessary. Because some people are just going to want to hold on to the old system of things. And if people want to bring a new system of things into play, what they're going to have to do is be accountable, because Pluto also deals with accountability. Alrighty, it's the natural ruler for the eighth house as far as a connection. Naturally, as far as having accidental dignity in an eighth, natural ruler, in assistance to Mars for Pluto. So it would be second to the seventh naturally. So this is the values of contracts, the values pertaining to joint activities. So we want to make sure that we're really communicating the accountability necessary so that the beings that may bring out discontent for what is newly going on, or people advocating for new things that be brought up, but ignoring the fact that the old way was not harmful. So you'll find people with this aspect probably lying near Saratoga, Nebraska. They'll probably be lying quite a bit just to bring forth a transformation that's actually unnecessary. And what's interesting is most of these trans-Martian planets, so planets that are past Mars, they're all void of course. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Jason P. I want to say Jason P. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are all void of course, which means they're not making any aspect to any other planets, even though other planets may make aspects to them, right? So with that being said, what we're actually seeing is a certain volatility, a certain unstableness that will be occurring when it comes to the general population as well. Because the general population, as well as, you know, that which is published to the people, there's going to be a bunch of fascination and denial. Hey, don't look at that. Oh, that's not really this. And the people are going to be tired of the mind fuckery that is going to be pushed onto them for the sake of, let's do this new system of things that is like, hey, you never been accountable for the last system of things. All right. So with that being said, it would just behoove us to make sure, to seriously make sure that we continue to be very fortunate. However, sublime malevolence, that may fluctuate between material and spiritual expression, is to be watched closely with Fomalhaut there in the third also. So watch ourselves in our travels too, and the things that we may have for us to travel. This might be another one of those things where you actually realize that a passport is only for federal agents, which is dealing with foreign affairs. So you guys are going to have to you're fascinated with travel. However, you're going to have to deny being a federal agent if you're really not those. If you're not a federal, state, or municipal agent working for the king, working for some governing, presiding officer, then you're going to have to really recognize and realize yourself that you need to be accountable and stop lying to yourself. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel Islam.
All right, moving on into the Cancer zone. All righty, so we are now at the rope Pitcairn. All right, we've got Sol and Luna in the fourth house. Got some accident identity for Luna, Souls in the joy. Still having Scorpio on the rise, but Sol and Luna's in the fourth house. It's 1 degree Pisces. So this is going to be kind of like an energetic spark, right, for the collective and just for the Pitcairn Islands. Yeah, just like an energetic spark. It's like in and out of cycle, right? So if you were to go look back at a previous Intuition Monday, right, when we did the Virgo new moon about 6 moons ago, you can kind of look to see how you were doing when it came to the details and the organization of your life. And now we're able to 6 months later see the bigger picture and also set some new intentions, right? So Sun and Moon in the fourth house, this is about spirituality and love and the home. So that could be a lot of clearing energy. I'm getting kind of like a lot of abandonment issues for the collective, and just embracing love and surrendering. So letting go of what isn't love to themselves and to the collective, with this energy. And Mars is, the chart ruler, and Mars is in Gemini in the eighth house. So accidental dignity for Mars as well. It's 15 degrees Gemini. So we'll be able to triumph, right? When we decide to look and expand on how we can be of service to ourselves and service to others. And that how can we take what knowledge we have gained and, let that pass away from what isn't working and what isn't needed into a fashion of giving that to our fellow brothers and sisters here on Earth or Midgard, whatever you'd like to call it. With that and being able to, like I said, bond deeper with the brotherhood, come into others' resources, but not in a sense to use it for one's own personal gains, because we'll be reflecting on our inner kingdom, right? Our sovereignty as individually and collectively. We'll be able to really look at that and review that and see who's not serving us, that we elect to put in these seats. And if they're not serving us, they need to go. But before we can look at others, we'll have to look at how we do that within ourselves. As Brother Simon was saying, government starts with the home. So now we have Sun and Luna in the fourth house, right? And the house of home, and also just like psychological roots, foundations, and children. So being able to take new information and spread that lovingly and surrender to the victim mindset of, this is how things were, and this is how we were raised, and all those other things, just to get from the fact that you don't want to be we right now, Sagittarius speaking, when it comes to you, that we are accountable and we are our own creators. So being able to see the bigger picture of what we want and being able to reflect on the royalness within us all, with that energy. And beautiful times. And it's interesting. Uranus is reflect the ascendant. So rebellious through the growth and a value way. It's like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, but you're standing on truth and, valuing that truth, and then what others say doesn't really matter because they might not be clear in their own value systems. And with that, I'll yield from the Cancer zones, moving on next to the Gemini zone. Gemini. So you got some axle dignity for soul, right? In the fifth. Saturn's ruling over this new moon, right? If we want to look at Jupiter and Saturn again, right? It's really beautiful, right? Saturn's final dispositor for the full moon, for the new moon, but Jupiter rules Pisces. So we got Jupiter and Saturn, our gifts and our discipline. And we're at Rurutu Island. We're in French Polynesia for this Gemini zone. We've got Libra on the rise. Venus looking like she's about to move into about to egress Pisces and ingress into Aries. But we have Luna and Sol in the fifth house. That's beautiful. I think there's going to be a lot of beings meeting. I'm getting there's going to be a lot of new connections for those in this French Polynesia area, and just even for Libra risings. You'll be able to really start seeing not only the beauty but just the passion of it is just being love. For folks be like, when you say love, they cringe up. I think folks will start uncringing because they'll see the opposite of love is hate, right? And Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought set the love instead of hate. So beings will start to embrace love more, just in their creative works, their creative projects, and their relationships and their love interests. Sun is in Pisces, Sun and Moon. So this opportunity to lay what big picture things and spiritual practice you would like to see come for the next 6 months, for the next 6 moon cycles, when we'll have that new moon in Virgo, right? So when that comes to happen, Jupiter's triumph in the service, and look at that, it's conjunct the vertex. So being able to expand and triumph with those that you have been working with, staying true with. Venus is chart ruler, she's in 6th house too, right? Past conjunction with Neptune. So being able to really see and relate just the beauty and the details, just who you are and what you really stand for. Saturn is still in the astrological area. Mercury's in Aquarius. So yeah, being able to see the discipline, being comfortable with the discipline so that you can receive the gifts, or waiting as long as you need to receive whatever gifts or things you're looking to expand or receive upon. Because Jupiter's gifts at service. So using your gifts. I'm actually going to quote that Spider-Man quote, right? When he was like, with great power comes great responsibility. With that. So being able just to realize your own power, because I know I've been realizing my own power, right? And just how we are and how we can do things. Yeah, and with that, I will yield. Keep this thing going. So moving on. Moving on to the Taurus zone. Right. So what are it? Maduro Island, Marshall Islands. All right. So we've got Virgo on the rise, 7 degrees, 1 minute. So being ruled by Mercury, hey, exodignal dignity in the 6th. Oh man, there's gonna be. I just got an image of immediately like books and literature. I think folks are not only gonna be coming across literature, but there's gonna be some literature revisited, relooked at, as some would kind of say is, quote unquote fact checked, but really glancing and really looking over some literature. Sun and Moon's in the 6th. So this is for all my, I guess I'll say like spiritualists to connect, right? For those that do tarot, astrology, painting, just whatever creative way that you give service. Could be health, right? Could be horseback riding, whatever way that one gives service to the people. There's like opportunity to lay down like a new foundation, or really just kind of see the vision of where you came from, the growth, right? Jupiter and the 8th triumph, and be able to take some, losses and some gains, some wounded pain, and be able to now transmute that into a new vision, like a vision board here. Mercury's in the 6th. So this is, communicating, pouring out into others, really being more about the people and the service that you can give to others, rather than looking as means as to gain, right? So just looking to unconditionally and selflessly help others, because the more you help others, the more you gain for yourself. But if you're looking to help others just in a sense of gaining, right, merchandise in them, it really won't work in the long end. Mercury's conjunct part of Eros. So maybe some communication with some lovers, or just meeting others that could assist, whether it be partnerships. Wow. And then Mercury is at a Piscean degree too. Wow. So yeah, it's gonna be make sure you're being rooted, maybe taking some breaths before you speak, or listening more than you speak with this energy. I think that'll be great to just be open to listening more than speaking. And being a student and then a teacher, because we're always going to be teachers and students, and just balancing that out and being love and wisdom, just sharing our wisdom for others to make it through. That's why that saying's like, share your story so others can hear that, so that it might inspire them to share their story with that. And with that, I'm going to yield. Let me send that back to my bro.
New moon in the Aries zone.
He going in the Aries zone.
Right, indeed, right? And let's see how we're boring things into bores to make a whole, right? But you're doing that by goring things. Goring is headbutting, right? So what are we, like a ram headbutting into in this zone, so to speak? Well, it looks like it's dealing with how you're relating with others. How are you contracting? How are you partnering? And it looks like what's very important here is to make sure when you're battling, something that may be adverse to you, something that may seem to be a challenge, but yet you will have the ultimate success in making sure that the process that you choose to do so, you're really allowing yourself to really secure a childlike way in relating, and making sure that you're not allowing yourself to be materially thrown off from your spiritual goal. So what we can see here with Saturn in the seventh, very interesting. There may be a delay in certain contracts and or relationships or partnerships. However, ultimately, what's actually happening is that the corruption that's going on behind the scenes for whatever said contractual situation is being thoroughly investigated, because the challenge to the authority or alleged or assumed authority is actually baffling a lot of people. So the internal affairs of many different organizations are highly active and discovering, if not only just learning for the first time, that the operations are robbing the common people. With that, I yield the floor. Going right into the Pisces zone. All right. And that was for Sulu, Papua New Guinea, too, what I just read. All righty. So now, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia is where we are now for the Pisces zone. This is happening in the 8th house, guys. So when it comes to the values in said contract, people are going to need to really make sure they're putting a spotlight on that golden opportunity and find the silver lining in what is really essential for all that are involved, so that the lesser of two evils, if that is present, is actually more prominent than the greater pertaining to two evils. So really allow yourself to, if it means doing a much better altruistic and humanitarian thing, where you have to sacrifice a certain amount of quote unquote finance, it will behoove you to sacrifice that finance, because what's going to happen, especially in about the next 6 months or so, you will actually see that you did the right thing, because a lot of your colleagues are going to be brought up on corruption charges. And what you guys will see just happening globally, honestly, a lot of people are going to be removed from office due to their corruption. However, what the people will have to do is not allow anyone else to run their corruption in lieu of trying to control the resources. So to prevent a war, it would be best for people to openly correspond with those that are assuming authority, so that the joint account energies pertaining to trusting one another, no matter what position one another may hold, those communications are open and clear, and eliminating as much as possible from the people's rights being sold for the gain of beings that are really supposed to be, trustees in honor, right? Constitutionally speaking. However, what has to be prevented is these trustees utilizing, after taking for themselves, the benefits that are meant only for beneficiaries. This doesn't mean go out there and start a trust. This means recognize that your dominion is Earth. And with that, I yield the floor. We're in the Aquarius zone. Very interesting. Mercury does really great in Aquarius. It's interesting how it's in the 8th house with Pluto now, though. So there's definitely some transformations that are being communicated. A lot of people are going to feel like their neighborhoods are dying or going to shit. However, in the foreign affairs arena, what's actually taking place is a means for the people to really be in the middle of being able to be creative while also allowing themselves to invoke the discipline necessary so that, you know, they're not taken advantage of for materialistic gain, and holding people accountable. So the accountability that's being communicated here and how everything is being related, it's interesting. The accountability house is the 8th house. So 9th is second to the 8th. So the values that are very important in the foreign affairs and being communicated for all relating activities are really going to be contingent upon how the essentials and the discipline pertaining to the people overall and how they stand and keep held at the limited bounds of those in assumed authority, keep their status within check also. So I trust that, you know, with Saturn ruling the 8th and the 9th house, that when it comes to relating to one another, the accountability and the foreign affairs that stem from said partnered accountability will actually be fair for all and not just the few. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Alima al-Islam.
Keeping this thing going, right? Moving on to the Capricorn zone. All right, so we're at Royal Alfred Observatory, Mauritius. All right, we've got the new moon occurring in the 10th house, so it'd be interesting if they find some new findings or some kind of new scientific study coming from this area, right? 10th house career, or even like some sacred texts being shared, or maybe even, I'm gonna say, like discoded in a way, understood in a way, right? Yeah, and it's definitely something's going to be shared. Mercury's conjunct the midheaven, so opportunity to be shared, maybe like, I want to say like new jobs, but like new opportunities for like spiritual work, for health work, coming across, possibly even like some beings even wanting to start their own like groups, right? Not to say like government, their own groups, like policing their not I want to say like use the word policing, but you know, watching their own neighborhoods, right? Beings embracing the ways of the Ashkenazi, right? That they term Jews, and saying that how they run their communities and neighborhoods, and saying that we all can do that, right? Instead of, you know, sending hateful energy, it's like, all right, let's get our communities together, right? So long-term energy, especially too. So sun is shining the light, moon is bringing up the subconscious, right? And the career and health points are also being brought up as well. And it's yeah, becoming more aware of what we eat, what we do, knowing that affects means probably could, for those that, you know, like to watch the television, instead of like their normal ways they usually watch television, they might start finding new shows that add to things and kind of just not pass time, and kind of help one neglect some things that need to be checked out, worked on. Venus is ruling this, and she's in 11th. So wow, and she's conjunct her own lot, a lot of arrows. So yeah, getting to like some friend groups, maybe introducing some of their friends to new beings, or just extending out work, extending out like interest and work to start working with others, and realizing this is collective effort and opportunity. I wonder what that 10 degrees Taurus is. So let's go back here. My screen share is paused. What do you mean? What do you mean? So
what do you mean?
Let's go back. 10 degrees Taurus architecture. Interesting. So yeah, 10 degrees architecture. So there's that's beautiful. Yeah, it's a new foundation being laid down and built upon. So if you already did that work from that Virgo new moon to organize the details, and just be a service to yourself and just take things more seriously, you'll be able to now. It's like you've got a home, but now it's like, hey, I want to add a backyard and some fencing. This new moon energy is bringing that to you for that. All right, to yeah, foundations, and Venus is in 11th. So yeah, new networks, new technology for the people. Yeah, just new wisdom too, new ways to relate. Jupiter will be probably catching up to that Chiron soon. So it's an opportunity to heal any past friendships, right? Things that I might have not worked out. There's opportunity to learn and embrace that and surrender to the new things instead of trying to hold on to the old, and really be able to communicate that. If that I yield.
Wow.
All right, so moving on to Sagittarius zone. We already know, just moving on, we've got Sun and Moon 11th. All right, we've got Aries on the rise, 7 degrees. So Mars is ruling that from the 3rd. Sol and Luna, we're at Mosselbai, South Africa, 11th house. Yeah, that's been interesting. Yeah, beings are going to be finding out about their own studies and religion from foreign places, right? Foreign beings, and a lot of questions are about to start being asked. Yeah, a lot of questions are going to be asked, and beings are going to yeah, these questions are going to be asked, and they're going to need answers. And then yeah, folks are going to be wondering why. So kind of like covers being pulled off, consciously, subconsciously. So Regulus in the 5th. So yeah, you'll really be able to, hopefully you're going to be working on it, meditating. So for those that even want to get into the breath work, right, the spiritual practices, you can set you a goal for that, just to start meditating. I know we even said that if it wasn't on the last Astro Weather report, the one before, about just meditating and writing, embracing these spiritual practices, and keeping a schedule and just sticking to it, or finding ways to incorporate that into your daily routine and work. Yeah, that I'll yield, and just being able to, because Sun and Moon is helping clear the way for one's actions. But you got to be like in line and in harmony with what you want and what you don't want. So yeah, I yield for that. And moving on finally to Scorpio zone. All right, so we're now at Fez, Morocco. Fez, Morocco. We got Sol and Luna in the 12th house. Right, we got Saturn in his joy in the 12th house as well. So yeah, once again, just summing up, while Sun and Moon is super close to their own lots. Did you see this, bro?
Interesting. Yeah, because by them being so close, the Sun and Moon, that you already know that ascendant and lot situation is just going to work out like that. So yeah, man, definitely. We know we're pushing spirit though. If we would have analyzed the Zodiacal release, and we're pushing it to Aries. And what's interesting, I was, basis. A lot of basis is the intersection where the happenstance of fortune meets the like destined outcome, so to speak, of spirit. So it's like, even if we looked at that here, bro, yeah, when we're seeing when the moon and sun conjunct here, we're also seeing that what can be happening spiritually, right? What could be happening spiritually, so to speak, could also be tied into what is happening within the ideals in the minds of the people collectively. I yield the floor.
Yeah, I think folks in Morocco are going to, once again, get into the difference between the kingdom of Morocco and the empire of Morocco. Saturn's in this joy, pouring out that knowledge. So, yeah, because this is all about Jupiter and Saturn. This is about discipline and gifts. This is what I'm going to say for this new moon. It's like, have you been true to your practices? Have you been true to yourself? Have you been, working like regardless, knowing when to, take breaks, when to go, and it's not giving up, and you'll be able to receive those gifts, which is Jupiter, and that's that expansion. So a mental expansion. And Jupiter sits still in that first, so a self-identity expansion. So you could be, once again, getting hit with lots of downloads, Akashic records, energy, just memories from the past, and just really be able to connect in a more deeper sense to the astral and causal, the soul and spirit planes, and getting past just the body. And be able to find love, right? To relate to that higher energy, higher calling, and the lower. So now that you can be, you can be that love union between the higher and lower, and embrace that Christ energy, right? And realize that it's within you, and not continue to pray to a being, right? That was only meant to help you, bring you the awareness of within yourself. Finding that within yourself. And the communications, yeah, will be spiritual. For some, it could be just the typical drama. For others, they could have some real and thoughtful, insightful conversations, realizations to uplift themselves, right? And yeah, it's going to be interesting for that Fez Morocco area. Is kind of starting a detox, or even coming out of one, or just learning about fasting and why is fasting so helpful, right? And just like I said, man, that spiritual, the truth, man, is going to blow. And folks that talked stuff about the herbalists and all those that wanted to go natural, they gonna be what friends ever say, they looking like some big dummies for doubting things and rejecting it and talking about other people when they could have helped them a long time ago, but they were just in their egos. So this is new moon is gonna be deeper than the ego, bigger than the ego. And with that, I'll yield. And
you look so dumb right now. You big
dummy. Yeah, I might need to bring that video back and just, man. I think I might have some fun with some of this stuff. I've just been watching, not even digesting. It's like, man, you're not being judgmental, but like, come on, yo, do we really? Well, I know we really want this, but like the people, yo, like, are y'all ready? Do you want it? Are y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready for the truth, but yeah. Matter of fact, we check the chat today. Let me see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's check the chat. Forgive me. I've been sharing this thing out, man. I'm just on Facebook actually doing. Let me send it. Send one more, right?
We floated that joint.
Yeah, we definitely did. Let's see. Is there anybody?
Hold on. Let's see. Kimberly Hale. Greetings and blessings all. Greetings and blessing to you.
Indeed, Kim. Greetings and blessings.
Big Green showing the 19th after event. Not sure if I'm off or not.
Oh yeah. Certain if they're talking about the zones where it showed it for the 19th for certain testimonies and showed for the 20th for other testimonies, right? Because when we do this Intuition Monday, we're looking at the Earth. If the Earth was like an orange, right? And the orange had 12 slices. We're looking at each of the 12 slices that are with under a certain zodiac sign, and in certain time zones, it would have happened on the 19th of February. In certain time zones, it happened in the on the 20th of February. So it's all good, the green. No worries. Go ahead, brother Sean. You continue.
Indeed. All right. Tyro Bay says peace and love.
Peace and love to you, brother Tyro. Islam.
We have Enchanted Nerd with the kind of like the party, like the
I know, right? Celebrate.
We have Consuelo Fortune Bay, all rights reserved. Islam, peace and love to all. And also, my apology, I know it's off topic, but how does one handle medical quote unquote bills as an heir? I just wanted to ask while I had the opportunity.
Honestly, that's very interesting. Because who are medical bills for? See, the thing is that the answer to any question would be the mindset to utilize. The mindset to utilize would be make sure you know what the foundation of it is actually, right? And because for me, this is how I look at it in my experience. In my experience, when you find out who that's for or whatever the case may be, I mean, if you're an heir, why do you have bills? That's just my thing. If you're an heir, why have bills? Why have bills if you're an heir? Isn't said medical whatever you're going to do? I mean, you really don't need to go to these places because remember, hospitals are needful buildings under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17. So it's really dealing with military. Hospitals are for federal, state, and municipal agents. Did you reserve your rights in the triage to let it be known that you're not going to be responsible for what you're calling a medical bill? Seriously. So you gotta really know. We do a lot of pastime paradise, like Stevie Wonder said. We've been spending most our lives living in the pastime paradise. That's really what it is. And so pastime paradise mindset has us doing things and seemingly getting a benefit from it, right? Without really knowing what its foundation is. And then we like, well, how do I get out of this? Well, it's not a matter of getting out of it. Do you qualify to be one who has to pay for a medical bill? Right? What studies have you done to for you to know? You know what I mean? I mean, my thing is, do you have a contract for that? Did you consent to transacting for a medical bill? And if so, when? And can that be produced for the record? You know, what agreement did you have with another competent being? Yes, is that off topic? Of course. I mean, yeah. However, we also know that 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to get the answer from anywhere else. Honestly, unless you're dealing with the jurisprudence gym. Right? Never seen that appellation before. So we don't know if it's someone who's sincerely new or someone who's sincerely old and wanting to, disguise themselves as far as a YouTube account. No disrespect to that Consuelo Fortune Bay account, just being honest, right? So what are you saying about statutes? Hold on. So yeah, when it comes to that, I mean, you're an heir, then at the end of the day, all these beings need to do is take that, because imagine, say it goes into collections, right? And now it's the deck from the medical billing place has been sold to a third-party interloper who's now going to be calling you. Very simple. Can you produce the original contract? They'll never have it. Well, and that you can't produce the original contract, whatever that you're asking for, that's over and done with. You can't find the original contract, so how could I owe you anything? And really, at the end of the day, again, we should be doing whatever it is that we're doing, unless it's like an emergency, like you're in a land conveyance and you're in an accident in the land conveyance, or you had some unforeseen emergency. Cool, get that. However, still at the end of the day, pretty sure there's some things under Title 42, maybe, of the United States Code one could see. And really, I would just really check these things out and really see, like, okay, well, this is what the code says as far as what was prescribed and written legislatively from public law. However, now administratively, how is it to be carried out? Well, even when you're asking those questions pertaining to said so-called medical bills, again, remember, it's dealing with federal, state, and municipal agents. So are you a federal, state, or municipal agent held to pay medical bills? That's what you had to ask yourself, right? Big Green says, thanks, I love the teaching, gratitude, my bros, and indeed, Big Green. Enchanted Nerd, oh yeah, where is the statue? It's statute. 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 A statue would be something, like a figure made out of either metal and or some type of concrete or plaster, right? Statute, right? We got to be clear in our language and be not offended when I lovingly make corrections, guys. It's statute, right? And we have to make sure we're always competent, right? Just like enrollment shows that you're not competent. No one should be enrolling to do anything. Have you ever seen what enrollment means etymologically? What does enrollment mean in law? How is enrollment used in statutes, codes, and policies? And now you need to say to yourself, should Moors be enrolling in anything if they're not federal, state, or municipal agents? We have to be clear on our language, right? But the question that Enchanted Nerd is asking is, oh yeah, where is the statute on federal employees being the ones who go to the statutes? Do NBA players, do they go by baseball rules? When they shoot the ball, are they scoring touchdowns? They've contracted to be doing NBA things. NBA has constitution and bylaws. So with that being said, just because one can shoot a ball at a gym or recreation center or an outside basketball court on the park doesn't mean that you have a contract, an oath, and an autographed certified statement to play for the National Basketball Association. You're just playing a game of pickup and imagining that you're utilizing the rules pertaining to the NBA. However, you're not an NBA player. You don't have a jersey, you don't have endorsements, you're not showing up for practice, you don't have a coach. Right? So with that being said, when one applies, and to apply means to beg, astrologically apply means approaching. However, apply when dealing with federal, state, or municipal agents is, may I please have this, sir, please, or some more. That's what applying is. So when people beg, petition and pray for a position for something that is codified under United States codes, then they are held to those statutes. In other words, if someone prays, begs, oh man, I didn't get drafted from college, but I'm going to try out for, these open tryouts to be in the NBA. So now you have filled out an application to now play basketball. Do the basketball players really need to go, hey man, where's the rules that say I'm held to this? They should, if they're competent basketball players. However, if a basketball player who's purporting to be a declared and proclaimed basketball player, it's like, where do I find this at about traveling and double dribbling? And then everybody on your team look at you like, and coach go, yeah, this motherfucker gonna get cut. What do you do then? What do you do then? Why are you even on the court? Why are you even here at tryouts for National Basketball Association? Stop lying to people and saying that you're a declared and proclaimed basketball player, because your questions may show that you're not there yet. Because it's very basic. See, what I think the problem has been for most beings that are Moorish Americans, or purporting to be Moorish Americans, or people are just agents trying to, distract. I look at this as an ample opportunity to bring to the forefront that most people ask a type of questions or series of questions that really, to someone like me, it exposes so much about you. And sometimes I'll just nudge my brothers and send them a screenshot. Hey man, look at this shit. Look, read this. You see this? Brother Sean. You see this shit right here?
Hey, yo. What?
And we'll just sit back and be like, either they're being sincere about asking these questions, or they're caught up in, I'm telling you, it's a culture out there that asks questions a certain way that 9 times out of 10, and we're just like, either these people don't know, or they're not really looking to know. They're just asking a question because they're looking to refute some other group that they're in. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, or they're trying to do this. Hold on, let me see if you can hear this. You hear that?
No.
Wait, give it 1 second. Give it 1 second. Yeah, they're trying to get microwave results. I think that's what you were trying to say.
Oh, that was the microwave, bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
trying to get microwave results.
I mean, and then I know how I gotta answer it, because I've come across so many people this year, and I can just tell the rhythm of a question. And it's like, that question is being asked because either they're trying to see what I know and see if I'm consistent, or they really don't know due to the fact that they've been in Moorish groups that have never spoken like 7 Heel Star. And it's hard for them to deal with the fact that they put all their energy into a group of Moors that they're around that are incompetent and full of pride, and not admitting that they didn't know or had the critical thinking skills to see the wherewithal pertaining to such, because they're too busy looking to see who cosigns whom. You think because you guys see a few beings that I know aren't worthy, and I haven't even seen it all the way, just because they show up for Brother Taj's solar return thing, like, oh, they must be viable people. Wrong answer. But go and get hurt. Go and get your experience, and then we'll see you in about a moon cycle or 2 as your brother. See, y'all was right, man. We're just going to do this. We didn't even got to say I told you so. Remember, we're just I'm trying to tell you, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? However, you know, when the concepts are corrected, when we're giving concept correction, you have to. It's okay. Look at it like exercise. And I see you doing push-ups in a way that's not effective to do the push-ups. Once I show you the form and how to do the push-ups, your mind should only be focusing on that form and doing the push-ups. You should not be trying to modify the effective way to do something because of the mindset that has not been established in you. A lot of beings are putting on fezzes, taking on elevate. That's your birthright. Do that. Do your birthright. Also recognize, however, that you should remain in an intelligent tone. If you don't know, remain silent. And if somebody brings a challenge to you, you know, you guys probably listen to us long enough to ask a question like, okay, so where's the documentary evidence that says that I consent to you even asking me questions like this? There's no produce for me the documentary evidence. You know, because the last thing you guys need to do is get offended by me. The last thing you need to be is embarrassed because the way I'm responding to your questions in the chat. Don't go there. Because again, no one was giving you practical responses for you to be very active until 7 Hill Star. And then after our beloved mother, Oracle, shared with us to check out Malika, shared with me, and then I shared with my bros. Then we agreed to bring, when Malika agreed, when she consented, we all consented. Okay, let's do a presentation via the office hours with Dr. G, because we already know everything else you're getting besides Brother Taj's lecture is bullshit. I don't care how someone may be so intelligent and wise. You got to recognize when people are just running a business. Period. It's not like if you don't send donations, YouTube's going to be like, well, you're not getting donations like public, like the public broadcast system. So we got to boot you off if you don't do a marathon to raise finances. That's not how YouTube works. Right? It's not like a website's being quote unquote paid for when it's made for free. So the only truth you'll get, what seems like, and this is me definitely not putting anyone on a pedestal, the information that was published and said in lectures by Brother Taj and RV Bay Publications and things like that has been very helpful. However, it seems like the ones that had the know-how to put it into effect are sitting before you. Seriously, this is what we practice. We practice being practical and putting it through the forefront, while a lot of you still just want to, kiss the ass of certain elders who have little to no active experience. They just write and publish books and lectures. You're gonna have to get over my Moor superhero, all right? So just wanna assist with that. But the statutes that shows who it pertains to, you guys always got to look at the scope, the applicability, and the definitions of any statute you're using, and it's going to tell you who it applies to. So when you look at the scope, definitions, and applicability, especially in the definitions, when it says persons, you already know persons are individuals. What's an individual? Go to 5 United States Code 552A, and you'll see that's basically a sole proprietor. Persons, corporations, firms, but hold on, 7 Hill Star is an astrology firm. We're non-statutory. We can do what we want without the state. without the purview of the federal, state, or municipal. And if we are doing anything federal, is according to Societas República e Americanos, our Moorish federal government, right? In contradistinction to the United States federal government. However, at the end of the day, what you'll recognize is when you're just being an heir and you're being a fair heir, right? You don't have to do so much feud, right? Feuding, things with fees. You'll just be simply a lodio in honor. So that's where I'm going with that, right? Consuelo says, I understand I'm fairly new. I reserve my rights on the initial paperwork. With whom is that? RB Bay Publications, because that's what I'm used to, right? Right. But I can't get the MRI I need without making some kind of pledge to them. I don't think that's necessarily true. If you want an MRI, you want to be under some scanning of that sort or whatever, that's your choice, what you do with your body. What I would say is, you know, if you really need it and you really got to do what you got to do, some Moors will decide to, well, let me just do this and go through this and I'll just deal with it on the back end. You know, because I see that this pertains to this pertains to that. And they go, oh, you don't have any insurance. Well, remember, they can't discriminate. So as soon as they say you got to have something in order to get something, right? Unless you agree. That's discrimination. Like, okay, in order for you to get a mirror AstroLiteracy session through us or report, you must respect our energy because we're giving energy, right? However, we're not contracted, oath-taking, autographed, certified statement-making federal, state, or municipal agents. We're your brothers. And you should want to be a fair heir, like I just said. However, when you're dealing with trustees, these trustees should not be seeking to extract from you that which has already been federally funded to them. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, a needful building is a hospital. But this is why what we do, being sincere Moorish Americans, is really get our nutritional plans in order, really make sure we're doing the right things, alrighty, as far as taking out herbs and things of that nature, herbal teas, things of that nature, so that we can no longer have to deal with going into these institutions that these people aren't really trying to heal you. They're practicing medicine. They're not practicing healing. That's my response to that. But a lot of people too say they're new to something, and I'm just going to say this to you. I know when I said it at times, that's not really taking into consideration of how new someone is, because we know we're ancient foremothers and forefathers return. We're just in different bodies this time. So that's why we give direct answers, and what you got to do is make sure you go right into finding out what it is, right? So yeah, the first thing that would be is, oh, well, you can't do this medically unless you have this. Well, that's discrimination. And you need to find out what hospital is that? What is their constitution and bylaws? Who's the head administrating so-called doctor or whatever? Find out what their rules and stuff is. And then find the fucking loopholes, because there's always, not necessarily loopholes, you can see how you're not qualified for certain things they ask for. When people say there's no such thing as free healthcare here, that's not true. The free healthcare comes when you recognize that you're not a federal, state, or municipal agent, and yet they still have to do what is required of them. and requested of them what they're supposed to be good at from all that practicing, right? Extreme gratitude, indeed. Consuelo, indeed. I appreciate you. Enchanted Nerd says growth comes with correction. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Just make sure that when you're doing the growth from correction, you don't hold on to those things, those old things, right? Look at that new moon energy, man. It seems like it's actively, like there's the effects of that new moon already. You know, talking about the old way of thinking and the new way of thinking, and see which ones are beneficial, right? And we're going back to that mindset pertaining to our ancient foremothers and forefathers. Enchanted Nerd says, I'm sincere. I just want to be able to help my people. You got to help yourself first. That's how I'm able to assist. Assisted me first with my smart city. Smart means to hurt. I know this is what I mean, and I'm not knocking it. I'm a stickler for words. There's times where, you know, Brother Sean, I'll say something, I'm like, oh, my bad, man. This is what I meant, or forgive me, let me correct myself. Even if I say certain terms, right? Because I'll know where I'm wanting to get my message across, but my message shouldn't be coming across at the sacrifice of jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is the right words to speak, right? Over a situation. But I'll continue with my quote, smart, end quote, cities projects that Enchanted Nerd is doing, right? Enchanted Nerd also says that they're supposed to go to those that know law. And she's grown already over here into Strongs, right, in a fortnight. So that's that, and the thing, this is why I say again, okay, this is why I say this. Before we get into things and do things, it would be best for us, or if we're going to get into it while we're getting into it, if you're going to build it while you're flying it, make sure you're reading the instruction manual. So if you're doing these quote unquote smart cities and dealing with the mall, what is the constitution and bylaws of the mall? What is the policy of the mall? Who do those constitution and bylaws and policies actually apply to? And if it's persons, individuals, corporations that are leasing space from the mall, and you're not, look, this is going to be so funny. So let's say your smart city that you have with this idea, all you did was maybe under Title 17 copyrighted the idea so that anybody else could, you know, like, oh, okay, well, I can't do X, Y, and Z. Or maybe you sent it through Title 39, which is the post office, wrote it down, put it in an envelope, had it stamped and sealed, and you didn't open it yet until it comes time to sue someone. At the end of the day, it's still not a person because it's not registered to the state. So it's not a United States person. It's just your allodial means to conduit energy to yourself by being industrious. So what needs to be done is going back to the beginning of how you even establish smart cities in said mall. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Enchanted Nerd. That's what it is, right? And this is why I know, like, I agreed a long time ago in myself to be like, man, I'm just going to have to be the one to just tell the truth. Because I know a lot of you guys are sincerely looking to do things. And I get that. Most people are doing things with good intention. However, the consequences are coming from not knowing where you're exercising your good intention, because where you want to exercise your good intention has rules. And you have to make sure, do you even qualify for those rules? yeah, you're in the mall, yeah, you're doing the smart city thing, but do you even qualify to be those under the mall's rules? Why? Just because you're there at the mall or running the smart city under the mall's purview? Does that mean you're adequately held? Again, are you held to NBA rules if you're not one contracted to play for a team? I'm telling you, we would be so much further with whatever it is that we do if we didn't do it out of desperation and did it wholly out of competence pertaining to, all right, well, shoot, let me study this mall. Who is this mall under? Okay, this mall is under General Growth Properties. Okay, GGP, General Growth Properties. All right, let me see the history of General Growth Properties. How was General Growth Properties established? Oh, shit, General Growth Properties is technically under the military because of how they're doing things. Oh, they're a person. If they're registered with the state, if you're registered with the state, who's the head of the state? The substitute they called the governor. Who can the governor really command? Does anyone
I think
know
that was
that
I think that was like the military, right? Just only the armed military. Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely 100% gold star response. So now are you becoming an appendage to a military operation? Nah, brother, that's not what I'm doing. See, I ain't dealing with the military. See, what had happened was I'm looking out for our people. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you didn't do the research first. And I'm not picking on you, Enchanted Nerd. I'm speaking overall what our people do from the social engineering that we've been under. So what we don't do, I know, because Brother Hassan comes off provocative, seems like he just challenges everything. He's hard-headed, insubordinate. I am not hard-headed or insubordinate. I just be like, according to whose thinking do I have to do this? That's just me. That's me. I know a lot of other people's like, fuck that, man. I ain't worried about that. As long as I'm getting to the bag, I'm good. Me and my people's eating. Okay. I'm just letting you know that as I look at what you're okay, cool. You look successful and you're doing what you're doing. But when I go back and analyze the foundation of what you're doing, you're an agent. You're a military agent. And probably could be called upon at any time to be the soldier that you don't know that you applied to be. Don't listen to me. Challenge what I'm saying. Go and look at the things yourself. And if I'm loud and wrong, please, hey, Brother Hassan, I read this. It don't make sense. Because when I read this here, it said this. Probably could be called upon but at any time. I'm really thinking that it's not going to happen. Right? We still alive, right? Okay, it says we're still alive. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, folks going to come out that of, oh, well, we did this, all that generation bullshit. I'm telling you now, like C.M. Bates said, when you read the book, get rid of all beliefs besides mathematics. So now we come to this information. You got to let go of all that. I don't care if your great granddad did this or that. If we really want it to how it's supposed to be, we got to let go of this hypnosis of, well, this how it was and this how it's been. Man, fuck that. We know what's right and what's wrong, and you know it. You intentionally know it, and don't, oh, this is just your subconscious speaking, right? Here,
Brother
it's
Sean,
like you know. Yeah.
But Brother Sean, I mean, if it was wrong, why didn't they tell us something years ago?
If you stealing from somebody that you know you don't want them to know you stealing, are you gonna tell them that you stealing from them?
Yo,
I mean, for real, it's like how you know when somebody took something from you and they help you look for it, and then you come and find out later it was them. This is what's going on right now. Folks are like, This motherfucker been telling me the whole time, man, help me look for it. That's that kind of energy. So it's coming out of that. And yeah, it sucks, like the mother was saying, the growth and the concepts. Yeah, it's gonna suck. You're gonna be pissed. You might cry. You might want to do whatever. But it's it's like that purge movie, right? You have to purge these lower self things in order to enter this new mindset. But it's not wanting to hurt others or take from others. It's this is what I was growing up on, right? Third house, right? Early communication. This is what I was studied in the home. But at some point, we have to leave that lower horizon and come into the higher horizon. And it's like, okay, well, this is what they stood. This is what they did. All right, well, I'm gonna come across some information that challenges that, but don't take me as a sense of challenge you to put you down, but as seen as means of uplifting each other so that we can be in truth and be in harmony, because we have been out of disharmony. What could felt like harmony, it's not right. So let's do this. Let's fix it. Like, it doesn't matter. They did what they could. Great. But we are the driver, not the drivers, but we are the whippers now, the pioneers, the front runners, whatever way you want to call that, so that we can do what they didn't know to do or what most don't want to be done. So it's not about, getting emotional about it. It's like, yeah, you can get emotional, but feel it. Don't do no hurt to others. But why are you feeling that way? It's getting to that foundation of that, just like the foundation of truth. It's like, well, he's telling me this and kind of making me, it's not making you seem no kind of way. We're not putting you down. We're just giving you the clear clarity and the truth without, what they say, like sugarcoating shit, to make you feel some kind of way. To make you like, all right, well, let's, I'm pissed off, I took myself, I calmed down, but the more I thought about it, you was right. So, I'm now studying to fix myself and my family, and now I want to study more with you guys so that we can fix it across, because this is global. This is all across Midgard. This is not one spot, or this is everybody. And once you like really start looking and questioning and paying attention, you really start to see. And then, yes, you're gonna have to get up out of those lower energies and get into that heart, the union, so that we can get into the higher energies and frequencies. Because it's and also go look at too, not the impromptu improv that just passed, but the previous, where it was like history and law equals jurisprudence, because history and law go together. So it's coming to know, right? We learned about the Declaration and all those other things. What was going on prior to that? Not just, it didn't all start when they came over here. What was prior to that? So, and bro was sharing Guyana Shigoa, the Treaty of Peace of Friendship, and all these other things. It's looking into the older dates and seeing, what was occurring, and that there would be no United States without our ancient forefathers allowing them to come over here and do business. And it's been told to you, but you probably didn't get it when Obama was saying it. Shout out to Brother Simon for doing that video, and Hillary Clinton. And they've, got the flags, right, hanging. But because you probably not have been given that information, you probably won't connect the dots. But now we're giving you that so that you can connect the dots and you can see and start tracking back, like, well, this was going on then, and this was really supposed to happen. And you'll really start to, you'll get that clarity. It's like, wow, it's all been some bullshit. They've been lying like a motherfucker. Yo, that's what you're probably going to say. Yeah, you'll purge that energy, but then it'll open up your heart space to want to do right. And with that, I'll get off my soapbox. But I just had to add that in there because, we speak from our own journeys, from what we've been through. And it's like, of being through, purged through the fire, being talked about, laughed at, called all other kinds of names and all that. But it's like, I'll still persevere. And I'm going to hit this screen share real quick because This came to mind too. And I'm going to go to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, and I'm going to go to Abraham, right? But what I really want to come to is this part right here. Right? The Bible speaks repeatedly of Abraham's faith. He believed God, which we know is the call upon, the being action, the constellations, right? Not getting into God being one being with a gray beard in the sky, looking at us, judging us. We're past that. We've been past that. We're going to help you get past that too. Right? We are told, and his faith was counted to him for righteousness. He represents faith in its early establishment in the consciousness. And in his life, we were portrayed the different movements of the faith faculty on the various planes of human action. In order to understand the lessons in Abram's life, one must have a certain familiarity with each plane of consciousness. Now, once again, before I go to the next one, realize that all the beings in the Bible are within you. They are just stories to help you realize everything within you, period. Moving on. A person, non-statutory, does not have to change his residence in order to enter a new country. Quote, the land that I will show thee, end quote, is a new concept of substance. When we deny our attachment to matter and material, let me scroll up here, conditions, and affirm with our unity with spiritual substance, we enter the new consciousness of real substance. Substance is not confined to matter. It is the idea. It is the idea that is the firm foundation of all that we conceive to be permanent. So I just shared that because it's coming out of that, and it takes time, right? So, you know, not wanting to rush or think you're going to get everything in 1 degree or month, but it's knowing that you're on the right path, and you're being sincere and honorable, and learning the truth and applying those things that you learn to yourself, and coming out of what is not true, which is called dogma. And yeah, coming out of that, because that is what is needed, is coming out of the dogma beliefs. Once again, this is what CM Bay said, you know, when it came to the social, political, and economic freedom. You know, it's all three of those things so that we can all attain to our highest spiritual attainment, right? We can't be free when folks thinking they want to be Black and get reparations out here from the beings that are occupying our land. It's like, give us our, you know, no, we can't get that, right? Political, they don't know, you know, Republicans and Democrats, they think they're two separate parties. It's all the same. And the spiritual, and it's, let's say, it's a wrap. With some transits coming, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And for those that see that and, you know, decides to be like, hey, you know what? I felt like that. Now I'm getting this. So now let me leave this Black mindset or just the dogma mindset, and let me enter into the truth. And now you'll receive those things. And I don't think it's like hard, but it's, I think when it comes to like being accountable and be like, yo, you know, like, okay, you know, it's like, I fucked up, yo, you know, like they fucked up, but it's always just taking the energy to want to do right, letting the energy of wanting to do right override the, well, it's been like this and like that, and I don't know nothing else. And I think even in another CM Bay part, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like the white supremacy. And it's like, once they get past the white supremacy and white idol god worship, what else do they have? What else do they have? And yeah. So, yeah.
Man, I add to your wisdom. It's interesting because you go into the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, because all of my bros, y'all, like, they sincerely stick to the basics that I was like, man, this is what I stick to. And what they do is they get their own experience via the protocol I set for myself. And then I'd be like, yo, does this protocol work for you? And they find ways of unfolding themselves through that protocol, right? And it's not that my protocol is the only protocol. It just so happens that I've seen it work for me, and I've seen it work for my brothers. You see what I'm saying? I see the protocol working. for us all. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, how I look at it is, pardon me, I was just texting someone while we were going in, but I'm focused. My ears are here and my mind is there too. What I'm realizing is my brothers aren't thinking it, because I've never felt like they were thinking like I'm trying to control their growth. What I sense is they was like, hey man, I want to do this X, Y, and Z. What do you suggest? Well, this is my suggestion. You don't have to go with it. You know, see if it works. If it don't work, modify it. You know what I mean? But at least see if it works for you this way first. And then I will say about all my bros in some way, shape, or form workshopping with me, they were able to see the canvas pertaining to my thinking so that they could do things independently on their own where they are. We're all remotely somewhere on Earth here at Midgard, right? Which proves that by us not, quote unquote, being around each other physically, that being around each other physically is the answer. It's not the answer. Oh, it's not the answer. The answer is sincerity. When you're sincere and you continue to be sincere, the universe, literally, I don't want you guys thinking I'm talking about like how everybody's on this wave of now I'm healing and I'm spiritually in tune. Man, fuck all that, man. I ain't doing that fad talk. Like, I'm just going to say
call
this
bullshit too, because I be seeing y'all energy, y'all motherfuckers be lying. You just lucky folks on be calling y'all out on a bunch of shit. For folks that can see and read energy, I be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, because don't get it twisted, guys. Like y'all might just see bro Sean on Mondays. This bro is a Reiki master and is awesome with the tarot, not just the fucking astrology. Don't get it fucking twisted. You see what I'm saying? And we are some energy readers. And a lot of times, guys, shit be like, all we can do is just nudge each other and be like, yo, look at this shit over here, man. Look at this shit. Like, bro, John, look at this. Bro, Cody, bro, Terrell, bro, look at this shit right here, man. What the fuck is these motherfuckers doing, boy? Shit.
For real.
And that's really how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I am to call him after the live. All right, let me come back to the chat to make sure anyone else has said anything though. Because guys, I get it. You know, we're talking against a lot of people's, you know, well, this brother is on this platform, so how is he harmful? I mean, I think we should all learn from each other because we all have pieces of the light. Not just one of us have everything. I beg to differ because it's not, the answer is not hard. It's not a difficult fucking answer. It's not like you got to go here, you got to go there, and then you got to go here, and then you got to go there. No. What you need to recognize, it's a bunch of book publishing and lecture giving beings with no practical know-how. There are no workshops. Are people really doing workshops out there to show you guys how you? No, because the only thing you need to know is concept correction. There are beings that are miles away from the Baltimore Corporation, yet near the Maryland State Republic. I've never linked up with them physically, just had a couple of concept correction sessions, and they have been very respectful in giving donations that are respectful. And we're still able to do certain things that they've never done before confidently until having a concept correction conversation with us. Seeing how we have no problem calling certain people and talking to them. You guys think just because of the way I talk here on YouTube, this is how I talk to people when I'm on the phone with them? No. When I'm on the phone, I make you want to give me information. Oh my God, who's this? He's so chipper and happy. Well, my name is first and last. And I like they almost told me when their mama and daddy was born type energy. Yeah, I don't fuck around. However, when I'm speaking to us, our loved ones, I'm gonna tell it to you like I would tell the babies that I helped to make. Tell me and my beloved mother, mistress, consorts, heirs. Hey, look, let me tell you some real shit. This is how it is, baby. Motherfuckers be on buck shit like this. However, this is how you need to be acting when you're dealing with this, and make sure you keep an intelligent tone. But Daddy is saying it this way because I want you to recognize that people be on some buck shit. But this is how you're gonna have to move in an intelligent manner. Don't repeat fuck shit when you go out there now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is for me. Let me come back to this chat real quick and speak to you guys.
Islam, mother energy.
Mother energy.
Yo, I need some of that. I need some of them organite rings, man. A sign, bro. If you can give me a contact with it or something, like, man, I need some of that, man.
Yeah. I mean, and like for example, like it's a few of you guys in the chat. I see you, right? Mother energy, Sia Marie, Rael. I know your YouTube page says something different, but greetings to you also, right? Feel you, TT Bird. Feel you guys have been in a concept correction session with us, and I get it. Those concept correction sessions, when I'm chatting to y'all, I'll be on some, well, sister, since I'm higher than you in knowledge and I know better. I don't be on that with y'all. Like, yo, sis, look, peep this shit. This how this shit go. This how our motherfucking mindset really need to be. You know what I'm saying? When we dealing with that, I'm not saying that brother or that sister was wrong in their presentation. I'm saying that this how you need to possibly maybe conceptualize it, just maybe, and see if it worked for you that way. Am I lying? TT Bird, if you're still here. Sia Marie, you let me know. Mother energy, you let me know. Seriously, do I hold any punches? Am I trying to flirt with you? I don't do none of that fuck shit. I be a straight up brother. No, again, please speak now or forever hold your peace, but I don't want you to be peaceful about it. Speak now. And you ain't gotta brag about me like, oh, brother Aston, he is so great. No, just be like, nah, bro, I ain't never been on no fuck shit with me. He ain't try to get in my pussy. He ain't try to get in my purse. I respectfully send whatever I can send as a donation or whatever that I can donate for real. And bro, don't be on some haggling me ass shit. He really be on some, yo, this how we need to be, because I got babies I need to make sure they can uphold this shit. I'm not just here having this life defending our motherfucking property and shit for them to actually just capitulate later on. Because they like, but this is easier. What mommy was doing was complicated. Fuck all that. You feel me? Like we're not wasting our time. Hey JM, peaceful greetings. It says you retracted the statement. That's fine. Consuelo says, I'm still here. Indeed. Mother Energy says, come into the movement. I know that not viewing the occupiers as the authority allowed me to have clear concepts. Yeah, because I remember when I first declared and proclaimed my nationality, Energy was making motherfuckers at DSS make sure she had what she needed, and she wasn't filling out shit damn near like, look, here's my nationality card. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Energy already got that type of energy that motherfuckers be like, I'm not gonna play with her. I'm trying to tell you, you gonna play with energy. I'm letting you know that right the fuck now. So yes, CS, you said greetings and see energy like nah, right? I know why she's saying nah. I ain't never tried to be on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ever lied to me, bro. You know what I mean? TT Bird is saying like for real. I don't have to. Why? There's no future in fronting. I want people to actually get it right. And I'm not asking you for thousands of notes. When the concept correction sessions happen for civics, it's straight donation base. Now you want some astrology, some tarot from me and my bros. You want like from Brother Sean, you know what I mean? The tarot reports, the mental magician reports, you know what I mean? The mirror sessions from my brothers or myself. more my brothers and myself. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't do everybody mirror session. Imagine 4 people all at once. Brother Hassan, I need a mirror. Hey, brother Terrell, brother Sean, brother Porter, check this out. Okay. But I can't do them all at once. Y'all gonna have to, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna have to take one of these sessions each. Seriously. And I see it getting to that. It really is. It's getting there. It will be there probably by spring, if not by the summer. Seriously. JM says, first and foremost, is what did the prophet say and who is doing what the prophet said to do? Grand Sheikh Taj gives you the history and the law. Seven Hill Star is now giving us the application. And that's why I'm saying, should nobody else really be like, when it comes to House of Reawakening Minds, I'm gonna keep it a whole band with you. Yes, Brother Taj, I went around him for 15 months straight. So I'm not really knocking when he do books and lectures. I'm not knocking it. Plus, I'm looking at the fact, like, whatever application he did, I kind of heard the stories and things of that nature. That's fine. Not knocking that. That's how I was able to go, I think I know how to put this together. That's what I did. Because Brother Taj wasn't like, Hassan, this is actually how you do the first portion. And after you do it like this, do it like this way. That's what he wasn't doing that to me. I would go, hey, Brother Taj, I want to make sure my concepts are correct on this. Is bum 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 whatever it is. I said, he goes, Hassan, you already know. You already know. I don't even know why you're asking. It's like, okay, well, fuck it. Don't holler at him for a couple more cycles. You see what I'm saying? Like, seriously, that's just what it is. Let's see. It says, you are the truth. Indeed. Facts. Energy says.
That's why we call him living truth. That's why we call him living master.
Yo, that is what I'm called, musically speaking, living truth. Indeed. TC Bird says, oh yeah, so bear witnessing the JM. Mother Energy says facts. Yeah, that's why I said I don't really knock Brother Taj, honestly. Because I've seen videos where Brother Taj even admitted that he was the guinea pig for a lot of operations dealing with Great Seal. So he didn't mind getting incarcerated for some misunderstanding on behalf of the agents. I'm not knocking that. So when you hear me say people that just write books and do lectures, y'all already know I'm not talking about Brother Taj. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some of that work just besides what's been told. Everybody else I'm probably kind of talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like seriously, because it's like, all right, instead of being a fucking celebrity, why don't you just say, yo, you don't know? And you just do really great book reports. You know what I'm saying? We could be much further, but your pride is in the fucking way. That's the negative aspect of Leo. Now your heart is in pride and not in love. The fuck is going on with you? And that's just really what it is. That's why I said, support Brother Taj. I don't think bro's going to go and get Social Security and shit like that. So support him. That's why he still works. That's why he still builds things. But don't be like, oh, well, see, brother, because we need to retire you and sit you down. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you talking about when it comes like, come on, man. People be on some fuck shit. But then again, like I said, people get along behind the scenes in certain ways. It's just that Brother Hassan's not a nigger behind the scenes. I'm not black behind the scenes. The only thing black about me is my fezzes. Seriously. I'm serious. Especially if I lint roll it enough and it's like, hey, it's back to it. I'm just keeping it a band with you. Just being honest. TZ Bird says, y'all are doing the work, shining the light. Islam Mother. JM says, Brother Hassan calls it as he sees it. I mean, what else can I do? I wouldn't be being myself if I did it. Energy laughing out loud. Facts. She also says, not looking for a fight, yet study to be prepared if challenged, or should I say invited to play their game? Yeah, period. Like, you're exactly, you already know. Like, I already know Energy's not fucking playing. Like, I'm telling you, I remember those calls on Blog Talk Radio for Principles of Nationality in Action with Mother Ross Mariah and Mother Anahita. You're not fucking with Energy. Like it's real. She says, we already know, brother. Indeed, energy. You already. Yes, you've been on the mail since I met you. Yeah, like when it came to post, that's why I said, yo, this shit ain't just because we just doing this YouTube shit for the last 2.5, 3 years. I'm telling you, I got track record that's going all the way back to 2015, which is 3 years before this infiltration in 2018 happened. And got all these different beings, not knowing if they want to be Moorish Americans, Hebrew Israelites, all this other shit. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm not really tripping for real. You know what I mean? Hey, Katrina. Katrina says, namaste, right? JM says, GS ain't doing that for anyone. Like, yeah, that's why I think, like, once I spoke with Brother Taj, and I saw how he was like, I'm not micromanaging you. And I was like, okay, I see what this is. I'm going to back off from like, hey man, but this got to happen, that got to happen. He's like, I'm just here to irritate you. I'm here to slap up your cells a little bit. And once I heard that, I was like, well, I can't knock that. At least he was honest about slapping up the cells and stuff. You want to open that? Was that the mango? Yeah, I had said that not too long ago. It's thick as hell too, babe. I ain't gonna front. No. That's a new one today? No, I ain't open that one. It is? All right. Pardon me, it's thick as heaven. Let me say that. See, I had to correct myself. I was being passionate in the moment. Let me correct myself, right? Energy says, laughing out loud, book reports. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm not knocking at Dula. Dula ain't never been in no court situation. Not really. And if he has, let's see the writ. Dula's even said himself, he ain't never been to prison, he ain't never been locked up. Cool. You're a great book report guy. Woo, woo, woo. Etymology vocabulary. All righty. Good for you, bro. I got Moors and Masonry. However, I'm not going to sit here, you know, like my beloved mother said, I'm not going to ask the plumber to help with other things in the house when his specialty is plumbing. Period. Right? Well, there's a lot of you elders out there, and they ain't what you think they are. They letting that fame and nobility go to their head. I'm just keeping it a band with you, right? So Enchanted Nerd says, that's why I asked, because I don't know. And that's fair. I accept that. Like, I love when somebody says they don't know, because even when I be like, I'm not sure, man, let me research that and make sure I got the knowledge on it. That's me saying, I don't know fully. Like, come on, man. Like that's what I'm saying. The thing is, though, I don't leave it there. I immediately look for the shit. Like, seriously. Oh, my God, you love me so much. Can I have a salt, baby, please? Oh, don't do me like that. Can I have a salt? So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, all you got to do is, like, look, I'm not a fucking hater. Cool. You
pinch of salt
on each of them?
Yeah, just a pinch.
All right, baby. Thank you.
Yeah, hating ain't healthy, and don't we look healthy? Right.
Hate bad for your kidneys, right? So I get it. You guys are looking up to your Prince Charles Roger Zell, who calls himself a seer of Duketeers. That's great. Like I said, I spoke to bro a couple times. He actually will respond to my texts and answer my phone calls. He's a good brother, right? And is open to like, hey, bro, if you know something else or whatever, just share it with me. And it's like, oh, all right, cool. He wasn't on some big-headed shit. So I give it to a seer. He wasn't on some big-headed shit. I give it to him. You feel me? And he's open. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Because like I said, I will call people and be like, hey, bro, it looked like this and this is going on. I don't think you want to do that because if you check boom, 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 this and that is happening. And I'm telling you, a seer, as he's known to you guys, he was just like, well, shit, man, that's very helpful. And I appreciate you sharing that. And I'm thinking like, all right, but we already know Mother Rashida Bey is our Great Seal mother. So, you know what I mean? she'll let me know, y'all all my babies. You, Asia, Hannibal, y'all all my babies. All right, cool. But that don't mean that I ain't gonna check my brothers like, hey, bro, I just read this motherfucking paperwork, bro. What the fuck is this? And I ain't gonna front, well, man, this was this and that. And I go, oh, all right. Now I get it. Because with my mindset, I'm thinking, this ain't gotta happen, that ain't gotta happen. Fuck that shit. That might be cool. Fuck that. That's where I be at. You feel me? Who just Naisha? Okay, you want access to Prophet Noble Drali University? Boom, there you go. All right. So that's just kind of what it is. Katrina said, I don't know is an answer. You guys are laughing. I see you guys. Energy, Enchanted Nerd, Tyro, JM, Katrina, you guys are laughing. Tyro says, that's a real response. You don't know. Honesty can take you farther. Yeah, man, when people tell me they don't know something, and I can really sense you're being sincere, y'all already know I'm going to share what I'm going to share. I already and have been going above and beyond for real. Because I know most people operate like, damn, Hassan, you doing X, Y, and Z, and these people ain't compensating you. You ain't getting this finance this way. Like, fuck all that, man. Like, that's not how it was brought to me. It wasn't brought to me to make a business out of shit. So once I saw how it was done, I continued with that. You see what I'm saying? And our Moorish culture. See, I learned this from the Cigar Hub. Mother Rashida Bey again, Great Seal. You know what I mean? She was letting me know, and Brother Hannibal had let me know. You know what I mean? Our Moorish culture is to, when we come into each other's presence, we bring gifts. So I think the best gift that I could give you guys is the stuff that was given to me freely. And when it comes to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, when most people hear university, they think an immediate tuition of something. I already know that you guys donate for a civics correction, you know what I mean, session. That's great. You already know that'll be at the forefront of that'll be me and Brother Ara, and when the bros, you know what I mean, can, because all of us do different things. When we're there, we'll be there. But at the forefront of that, first and foremost, will be Brother Ara and I in those civics concept correction sessions. When it comes to the Mirror AstroLiteracy session, whichever one that between Brother Corey, Brother Jag, which is Brother Terrell, Brother Sean, and myself, you already know the eleemosynary tuition for the Mirror session is $153. It's worth $990. We're worthy of our hire. We're being a servant to you, even though we're your brother. However, we are family brothers. And we're doing what we're doing to stay in harmony with our Quran in 101, in being the process which Mother chose, Father, being the fathers in our households, so to speak, quote unquote, in our households, but actually in Domus. So yeah, I think that's pretty fair, because honestly, we're worth $333 an hour. Those sessions are 3 hours. So we should be getting $990 off the break. No question, not half up front, the whole $990. And a lot of you have gotten Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions from me long ago and recently. And you see what I give? We don't play. We give you way more than you expect. And man, I ain't gonna even go there. I'm just letting you know. Energy says, I thank you all for the application lesson, straight jewels and worthy to spend my time on to acquire for my arsenal. Yeah, because this is what we got to do together. And it's even though I would have liked to have done it like I thought I saw it planned, like the elders linking up with us, and then they, you know what I mean, like how I'm reading in Guyana Shagoa, like how I'm thinking like, okay, well, the elders could just basically see what's going on without stifling us and holding us back and shit, but letting us do what we do. And that's why I realized like the best thing that we could do, not being under any organization's thumb, is just be ourselves and share this information. Sometimes when I talk to our beloved mother, Rashida Bey, I already know Mother Rashida Bey is going to see if you really about what you say. So she'll say some things and it'll seemingly throw you off. I don't even play that game. I already know the deal. You can sit there and pull out a skull on a table. Everybody else might go, I'm going to be like, ain't my fucking skull. So mine's right here. Look. So yeah, it's a great piece of artwork there. That's how I am. You know what I mean? Seriously, right? But I know like people say like that's Django, right? Right? Energy says, I do feel a way that I am not able to compensate yins in what's expected. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not really knocking that energy. You and I have had conversations, you know, privately outside of that. However, that has developed to that, and I had to really recognize, like, damn, yo, like me and my bros are worth $6 million a year. Yeah, $990 a session. If y'all did the math on that, I think just 2 sessions. If we did 2 sessions a day, and let's just say we only did 5 days out of a strong, it'll come to about 6 million. Because you take 6 million, divide that by 52. Because it's 52 strongs in a year, or as some people say 52 weeks in a year. And then you'll see, and then divide that number by 40, because most people think, you know, a so-called work week is 40 hours. And you guys will see we're well worth the 6 million a year. That's the protocol I set for me and my bros. Are we getting 6 million each a year? Of course not. Because we're not here to fucking just make the people think, hey, you need this, but it's this astronomical amount to get it. That's why the best thing we could have done was 153. Period. Seriously. That's in harmony with like a journeyman or someone that has a union job getting, you know, 50 something units an hour. And then when you see what we give you out, because most people are just expecting, oh, I'm just going to get my chart in a session with the brothers. And then you see what we actually give you on top of what you give your eleemosynary tuition for. Y'all gonna be like, hold up, yo. I feel like I robbed these brothers. It all depends on what you do with it after you get it. But I feel you on that, but got to go forward and keep it moving. Indeed, energy. Yeah, you are a creator, a maker, right? And you trade what you make. Yeah, because exactly, like you guys know, like the Organite, right? Let me tell you this story, and I'm glad you hear energy, because I'm gonna say this out loud. Hey, baby, what was that movie we was watching with Taraji P. and Erykah Badu in it? Baby, you on the phone? What was that movie with Taraji P? Was it like What Men Want or something? Was that what it was called? What Men Want? Mm-hmm. All right, so let me take you all the way back. These Organite, first of all, was made by energy. What I did was I said, I don't want to keep my Organite in my pocket. So I epoxied and made something so that I can wear it on my fingers. People said they've seen Organite necklaces like Brother Sean has around his neck. Y'all see Brother Sean's Organite pendant? Show him your Organite pendant, bro. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? See how Brother Sean got his Organite around his neck? You feel me? People have seen that before. You know what I mean? People have seen Organite earrings. Brother Corey had told us, right? He had shared, like, in his experience, he saw that when traveling near the Las Vegas Corporation. No one's ever seen Organite rings. I wasn't trying to, like, I got Organite rings, holla at me. Energy saw live and was like, brother, you put the Organite on your fingers? I said, yeah, I didn't want to have them in my pocket. Immediately, energy started producing Organite rings. Right? I was like, shit, go right ahead. And I'm not thinking to myself, well, it was my idea, cut me in on something. Like, that's not my mindset. I just wanted to have my Organite on my fingers because I know what energy it is. And this one here glows in the dark. I turn out the lights, this joint glows blue. It is so fucking cool, right? Anyhow, and Energy makes these. She makes the Organite, right? And I think at that time, I'm not sure if she's asking for more. I don't know how supplies are, but the Organite was just 7 notes a piece. Like, fuck that, give me a few of them, to the point where I gave some away, not rings, but the Organite. Gave away to a few people. I think Energy, the first time you sent me Organite, I think I had like 12, 13 pieces. And I had kept 3 because the blue one is missing that I would normally have on my middle finger on my right finger. You see what I'm saying? There was a blue one that was one of my favorites, but I don't know what I did with it. It's around here somewhere, right? But these is what she makes. And when she saw that I had epoxied some items to it so I can wear them on my hands, she was like, made them. I remember brother Corey had caught one. So now I'm thinking to myself, the only people that got Organite rings at that time, what was that energy? That was probably like 2017, that was probably about 2018-ish, maybe 2019. Into 2018, we get in 2019. And I put these rings on, right? Let me make sure I see what she's saying. I wish I was established enough so Jens could continue to do what the firm offers with no worries. Yeah, it is what it is, right? That is what it is, right? But shoot, you know what I mean? You never know. People may grab, you know what I mean, energy. You might want to let the people know how they can get their hands on this Organite, for real.
For real, yeah.
You know
I'm already ready to holler at your mother energy.
Yeah, for real. I mean, because just because I know how to epoxy this myself, you see what I'm saying? Because we already know what I did, you know, because I make the puppets. I did no different than when I make puppets. We already know. This looks like an elaborate puppet. It is from how I create and what I do, but if you pay attention, that's just bottle caps. That's water bottle caps. And I just know how to, because, you know, I'm an HVAC technician by trade, so, you know, I know how to ream things out and make things happen for myself. You know, that's all I'm saying. What'd you say, bro?
MacGyver, babe.
You're hilarious, bro. Seriously. Right? More Guyver, right? I'm just saying, though. Ultimately, though, however, damn, that was 4 years ago, energy. And wow. Okay. Wow. So about 2019, right? So with that being said, me just wanting to wear my Organite now allows the mother to do another aspect pertaining to how she creates. So she's like, all right, bet, I'm going to do it. Where does this tie into Taraji P. Henson's movie, What Men Want? Remember, the first one to ever sport an Organite ring is Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. So Mother Energy's Organite, put it in the ring form. Mother Energy began producing Organite rings. Brother Corey cops it. You see what I'm saying? Erykah Badu in What Men Want has an Organite ring that's green and copper on her index finger when Taraji P. Henson's character comes to see her in the hair salon. And I pointed out to my baby, I'm like, yo, look, yo, she got on an Organite ring. Ain't nobody ever had Organite rings outside of me, Brother Corey, and of course we got it from Mother Energy. As far as the Organite, again, she gave me the Organite. I'm like, yo, I want to see if I can wear this. I want to wear it. And then people are like, yo, what's your rings? Where you get them rings from? I'll be like, I made them. You know what I mean? My sister made the Organite. I just made it so I can put it on my fingers. So Energy starts producing Organite rings, right? I think Energy was doing them with the like the metal and elastic bands. As you guys see, like I said, I use water bottles, water bottle caps, and epoxy. So I just epoxy the water bottle caps to the Organite. If they ever come off, guess what I do? I re-epoxy them. It's not even hard. You know, you guys might call epoxy hot glue or something. Right. So with that being said, and indeed successful Islam to you, bro. See, and that's what energy. So you guys to see what energy said. You guys got to get your, you know, get maybe energy you'll put away that they can contact you to make an order or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because
yes, do that energy. Do it, please.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I have your number. I know that, I call you or text you, we'll respond to one another. I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe other people, because I know JM, if I'm correct, well, I don't know because I never saw JM there. JM always says they're across the pond. They're near, if I'm not mistaken, near what's termed England. And correct me if I'm wrong, JM. But yeah, Erykah Badu had on an orgonite ring in that movie, and what Men Want, which is a playoff of the movie What Women Want with Mel Gibson, I think it was, right?
Who was it that played in What Women?
The thing What Women Want was Mel Gibson, and Taraji P. Henson is basically doing the same thing, but with men. What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson, right?
2000 Mel Gibson, correct?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Wow. Successful don't need to geek, man. Y'all already know. It's funny. You guys get to see Successful in energy. And matter of fact, I gotta post the Pisces webisode. But in cycle 2, I had began cycle 2 of Astrology Street. I had to complete cycle 2. Right. Well, once I get back to my other office and get all the rest of my puppets that I've actually made so I can continue to do Astrology Street. The Aries webisode for cycle 2, energy and Successful were there. Successful is actually sitting on energy's lap. Right? In the Aries webisode for cycle 2. Right? So, because there's 2 Aries webisodes. There's cycle 1 and then there's cycle 2. So with that being said, because cycle 2, I recorded portions for cycle 2 when I did the lecture 2019 at the community center within within the neighborhood at which my first office is in. So with that, oh yeah, see, JM said he's across the pond, yeah, right? So with that being said, yeah, you guys will see. I think Successful then though was like what, like 5, 6 or 7 or something like that. I know Successful's at like 10 or 11 now, something like that. However, long story short, again, to see Erykah Badu have on her index finger a green and copper orgonite ring, I was like, wow, bro, look how far that's gone, because it started on my hands. Nobody was doing orgonite rings. And I mean nobody. But this is how my mind is. My mind is always doing innovative things. And I don't be looking for, oh, let me trademark that and get the credit. I'm not trying to be under the Secretary of Commerce. That's what the trademark office is under. United States Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO. It's under the purview of the Secretary of Commerce. I'm not a federal, state, or municipal agent. I'm just being myself and being industrious. And then my sister, she goes, well, shoot, since you made it a ring, I'm gonna start producing orgonite rings. Cool. And then my brother Corey go, yo, I'm gonna cop one from Energy. Cool. You see how quick that happened? And now Erykah Badu has on an orgonite ring. Well, we already know this Moorish community got so many celebrities with their nationality cards. And from rvbaypublications.com. You know what I'm saying? That they won't make themselves known. Well, I know they watching this. They've been watching this. So of course, when you see orgonite ring, of course somebody would probably, you know what I mean, if Energy didn't design Erykah Badu's orgonite, you know, it's a lot of people out there producing orgonite, not orgonite rings. So the first being that most beings say they ever seen with an orgonite ring first is your brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. And that's why I wear these, just to have the energy. Oh, it's good positive energy to have on myself. Wait till I get, you know what I mean, my other blue one, my replacement one that I'll be having soon. And epoxy that to my middle finger on my right hand, right? Yay! But that's just me just looking at the energy. That's it. I wasn't trying to be something, do a fashion, whatever. Because I think most people are like, oh, that's gaudy, that's too big. Cool. It's not for you anyway. Not trying to fucking impress you. I don't give a shit to impress you. I'm doing this for me. But a lot of people end up, oh, I like your rings. They're amazing. Oh, is that organite ring? Where you get your organite ring from? Well, my sister makes the organite, and I just epoxied this shit. Took some bottle caps. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do. Like, I'm about to make more puppets. Like, when I send literature out, I give puppets to people. So you can see, I already hollowed out the bottle caps, and this will be the eyes to it. Like, I don't fuck around, guys. That's what I've been doing. That's what I do. And then it ends up being a puppet. And because I know how to recycle, as energy says, right? And just make, so not only is Brother Hassan making the first astrology coloring book and the first astrology puppet show for children and their mommies and daddies, our heirs and their progenitors. I guess you could put that I'm a toy maker at this point, you know what I mean? Because that's technically, I've realized that these puppets, like, even if I'm sitting here with this puppet and I continue to move my mouth but move my hands, you guys are going to stop looking at me and continue to look at the puppet. The psychology of this is amazing. I'm right next to this puppet. You guys are ignoring me. I know you are. Because what you're focused on is being enamored by, yeah. See, look, I'm right next to it, but you're paying attention to my hand. Do you see that? Seriously. See what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's excellent for children and teaching. That's what I noticed, but it's excellent for grown beings too, because grown beings will pay attention to this puppet. You know what I'm saying? The whole time. I am not kidding. Straight paying attention the whole time. Look, I'm right next to it and I'm talking. Look, literally right here. Look. And you're still paying attention to the hand. I know you are. I can't see you paying attention to the hand, but I know you're paying attention to the hand. See? Why? Because it's an awesome psychology tool. And used with the right perspective and the right intention, you can really have a crying baby. Wah, wah, I'm just throwing a fit. You put that on your hand. Don't have a fit, baby. What do you want to eat? I don't even have the puppet on my hand anymore. It's just the fact that I'm doing this and still going with the cadence pertaining to my own speech. Look at you. I don't know what it is. I don't even get it. But
hey, like, hold on, what are you doing? Hold on, I was crying, but now I'm trying to figure out what are you doing over here.
Blame it on the lamb chops play along. Shout out to Sherry Lewis. I know she's transitioned, but that's how I'm looking at it. Like, Sherry Lewis is the reason why. You know what I mean? Because I remember I made my first sock puppet watching lamb chops play along. Oh, it's lamb chops play along, where kids come to play along. Right? Oh, okay, that's my sis. That's Naisha. All righty, sis. Indeed. I got you, sis. Right? That's excellent. I was like, well, Naisha. Okay, no, that's sis. That's sis. I'm trying to tell you. She's actually, starting with her before the Mother Oracle, she's the reason why we are in contact with Malika at Lawful Living and getting our jurisprudence gym exercise on. Honestly, guys. You know what I mean? So I got another piece of literature. I got 2 things of literature to send out. Baby, I gotta go to the post office tomorrow, get some more stamps, even though I told you guys I don't need to get stamps. But I like to use them just to throw you a little tip. Here's 3 cents for your postage, even though it doesn't pertain to me. Right? Let's see. Energy says, Hassan, give my contact to the brothers in the firm. Okay. I'll give them. So, Brother Sean, I'll give you Mother Energy's number. No, already done. No need to affix it. Did it. Right? So, all right. So, Mother Energy's got the, so like she said, she's got the rings already made up, right? Oh, she says Puppet Master. Oh, both of them. Okay, cool. Energy, great. my creativity is a gift. That's what JM says. He says your creativity, or she. JM, are you a brother or a sister? I don't want to just say a pronoun like he or she, and I'm just inaccurate. Katrina says, everyone needs a reason to smile. Indeed, the puppet and you saying Jesus Christ. I see, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not like just, oh, I just know astrology, or I'm just going over civics. Man, there's a ton of things. Remember, guys, the first astrology coloring book is here. And that's why I shout out to my sis for just ordering that. I got to go check my orders because I know I'm still here. But guys, not only do I give you the coloring book and the blocks that come with it, at least the flat sheet. The first one is the only one that's folded. The reason the other 11 aren't folded is because I know when you learn how to fold origami, it helps with your thinking and your critical thinking and analytical skills. Because I studied origami, like, why is origami so captivating? And they say even folding it actually helps to bring certain elasticity in the brain and certain synapses to activate. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna fold the first one, but the other 11, everybody else got fold themselves for real. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so guys, I just don't do that. Remember, in Prophet Noble Drali University, I freely give you guys 11 instrumentals that I tune that are in harmony with the Earth's frequency. So the instrumentals that I have inside Prophet Noble Drali University, actually, it has the same frequency as classical music. It's just that you can tap a toe and nod your head to it. So we're not just doing the astrology in front of your face on YouTube. We're not just doing the civics in front of your face on YouTube. There's a lot of things that have been already put in place. Just a lot of people don't know that I do it. But that's why I say join Prophet Noble Drali University. I usually throw stuff in there, and you see the music in there. You're like, this is 11 instrumentals. He just freely giving it. Yeah. Yeah, but we're going to be doing some more music and stuff like that because all the bros in some way, shape, or form do music. You know what I mean? I just make sure we all know music theory. I can literally teach you music theory in 10 to 15 minutes without even hitting an instrument. However, if you have a keyboard, that would be great because I can do it online. What people will give $10,000 a semester, $15,000 a semester to go to Berklee College of Music, which I still kind of want to go to just for the experience near the Boston Corporation, Massachusetts Commonwealth, Massachusetts Bay Commonwealth. I would enjoy doing that. However, like I teach music theory and can do it in no time. Like do I have it right here? I literally use this one sheet of paper. Tarot cards. Oh no, tarot cards don't fall. Where is that document? Do I have it in here? I can't find it. Where is it? It's a document that I can literally write you a piano roll in less than like 3 minutes and write the major. I show people the major scale formula and the relative minor scale formulas, and then show how chords are made also. I do that in less than 15 minutes. It's not a problem. It's just after the first 15 minutes of saying what it is, the rest is repetition. I don't know what I did with that paper, love. Maybe it's in my book bag. But let's see. You know what would be fun? Because I'm on Zoom, right? Because we did this before, right, Brother Sean? I know you walked away. But let's whiteboard real quick. Didn't we do this before?
Yeah, I pulled up, you had whiteboard and I pulled up GarageBand for a little bit.
Oh, look, it's still there. That's where I drew it. Look. Open board. Is that the one? Let's see if it brings up that one. Yeah, that is it. Look, bro, that's what we was going over. I literally just drew a piano roll.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah, I just literally drew a piano roll, right? And with that piano roll, unable to load this whiteboard. Really? Retry. Are you guys seeing a whiteboard? Let me know if y'all see a whiteboard. No, I do this online. Are you seeing a whiteboard, Brother Sean?
Yep.
So yeah, so I mean, literally unable to load anybody can learn the major formula, like SK is your start key, right? Let's say you got SK as your start key, right? SK, that's your start key, right? So then with that, what's the formula from the start key for major scale? Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. The thing is, you need to know what the fuck is a whole step. Sometimes it's called a tone, and a half step is called a semitone. So from C to D, right? If you were to go from C to D, that's a whole step or a tone. To go from C to D flat, however, is a semitone or a half step. So how you count, even though I showed you guys, I know you guys see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1 in red. What that actually is the C minor scale. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. That's it. It's not hard.
Bro, didn't we do a presentation like last sun cycle? We did this like live too.
With that.
Yeah, I'm saying we did this like last sun cycle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, well, I still got the whiteboard here. You know what I'm saying? But the actual paper that I have, let me get around Diesel real quick and see if I can just show the paper so that way.
Diesel.
I know, right? Watch out, button. Is it here? Oh, it might be in my case right here. That'll be interesting if it is right. Yeah, wow, bro. It is right here. Okay. It was in my laptop case. So on my smaller laptop or iPad case. So let me stop share here. Right? Did I stop the share? It looks like I stopped the share.
Indeed.
Right? And let me bring this down from here and show you guys. All right, let me spotlight. Let me spotlight. Oh, can you spotlight me, bro? Because or you can give me. Or matter of fact, I'll just reclaim host. No worries. I'll just reclaim host. And let's remove all spotlights, and then I'll just spotlight me. Is that right? Did I remove all of them? Remove all spotlights, and then just spotlight me. All right. Turn this around. Okay, let's do that. Boom. I mean, it's not even hard, guys. This is literally the same piece of paper that I teach music theory with. And I guarantee you, this alone is probably a literal college music program worth of information all on a half a page. Literally on a half a page. Let me make sure my screen is clear for you all. Literally on a half a page. All right. I mean, I know I got my piano there. I could play some things on my miniature piano there, right? I know I could, right? But just literally, guys, look. See what a sharp symbol means, what a flat symbol, SK. I'm just showing you a legend here. W is for whole step or tone. H is for half step or a tone. So I give the major scale formula and the minor scale formula, even though you have the melodic and the harmonic minors. Melodic minor and harmonic minors are also derivations you can use pertaining to the minor scale. And then knowing the chord formula, your start key, four semitones or 4 half steps, then your third key plus 3 half steps or 3 semitones, and then the 5th key gets you a major chord, major scale chord. And then the start key plus 3 semitones or 3 half steps to your 3rd key plus 4 half steps or 4 semitones, then get you your 5th key. That's the minor scale. And then you want to see how to play the C major scale. You got, it's no sharps, no flats for C major. And then Alicia Keys' song was made in the relative minor of C major. Her first album said songs in A minor. So A minor is all white keys. No sharps or flats. None of the black keys. Just so if C major is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, then A minor is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A. That's A minor. And I mean, it's not even hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, this paper alone is what I teach music theory with. I wish Brother Corey was here, because Brother Corey would tell you. He had his music theory session. And I told him, and like I tell all my bros, you have a music theory session with me, you will not think the same ever again in your life. Because once you make this connection, you're going to be like, holy fucking shit, I can't see anything regular like I used to anymore. Because you can't, because now there's been parts of your brain that have been unlocked just you having music theory. This is one of the 7 liberal arts. You know what I'm saying? So when I teach you theory, and then I'd be like, yo, you can take this major scale formula and pick any key and create a major scale, because it's only going to be 7 keys. Pick any key, because all piano rolls are this. I don't care how many keys. Well, man, I got an 88 key piano. It's this repeated. It's this motherfucking these 12 keys here. 7, you know what I mean? 7 whites, 5 blacks, right? All right, that's how you want to look at it, right? That's 12, right? That's very astrological. Notice that there's no sharps or flats between E and F, and no sharps or flats between B and C, because if you go right here, it's C right there. That would be C. So remember in The Simpsons, when Homer was in like a barbershop quartet, and it was called the B sharps, they're really was saying they're the C's. Just to put that out there, right? Because F would be an E sharp and E would be a F minor, technically, like, you know what I mean? So really B would be a C flat, because there's no sharps or flats between it. You notice that? Like, I mean, and it's just concepts like that. And then to actually hear this and actually play these things and comprehend, right? So it's like if you were to take a C, how you play the C major scale? Okay, well, it's the start key, C. Now I have to move a whole step. So a whole step would be 2 keys from C. I know that that's 1 key from C. This is 2 keys from C. But I also know that it's no sharps, no flats in the C major scale, because I don't see any sharp or flat symbol next to it. So I'm going to be like, that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be hard at all, right? Right. Oh, I should have that 8th note that you heard me do at first and at the end or whatever, that would be going to C and then from C. So that's what it would be if I had C right there. But I mean, and it's really simple, really easy, guys. And these are just things that I've already kind of done, like in my studies. I wasn't just on rvbaypublications.com and looking at the lectures. Also in between, I'm playing a little bit of Call of Duty and doing some music theory. And like, I'm going to be great at music and the sniper rifle. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. On Call of Duty, guys, on Call of Duty. So, but these things are helpful. So that's why I'm able to make music however I want it, because I comprehend music theory, right? I pick any key, you know what I mean? Say if I picked C sharp, okay, what's the formula? Okay, this is my start key, whole step, right? So whole step from C sharp is D sharp. Well, yeah, whole step from C sharp is D sharp. Whole step from D sharp is F. So boom, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. So I already know, okay, if I want to play C sharp major, it's C sharp, B sharp, F, G flat, A flat. Well, maybe I should just say flats then, right? So maybe I should call it a D flat major. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. Because I know the fucking formula. It's not even complicated. So I can play any song I want now, because now I got 7 different keys to pick from in any octave of the piano roll. It's not hard, guys. This is what people give $10,000 to $15,000 a semester to go to Berkeley on, just for music theory. It's really fucking easy. Let's see, what did you guys say here? What did Angie say? I just called my grandbaby into the room, and yes, he said, wow. I guess that was during the puppet portion, right? Right. All right. So let me in the spotlight there. Shines there. That's cool. So yeah, so let's see what else you guys said. JM says, I remember Sherry from Lamb Chops, play along where kids come to play along, and fun things are all we ever do. Is this GarageBand or is this Logic? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, bro.
Yeah, I am. But yeah, I remember we had started that, and I was like, and it was just like, you pick a key, and it's like, okay, yeah.
And it's not hard, because once you pick a key and you figure out you want to do major or minor scale, everything else is easy as fuck. You're just picking 7 keys in different octaves, playing them in different ways. It's not even complicated, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not even complicated, guys. Right? So
yeah, bro, that was like pretty awesome. Wait, here it goes one.
Yeah. So let me see.
My God, you stopped the screen sharing.
Oh wow. JM says sister, right? Energy says still got mine. Origami is whooping my behind, but still got it. Yeah, because I got a video too, so you guys can see it. And even if my video is too long, like 38, 40 minutes, because I'm doing some talking or whatever, that might be too much for people. In the description for the Astro Aura cubes, when you folding them, they're actually those in the description, there's a video of who I actually learned how to fold the seamless origami from. He doesn't have it designated how I have it designated, but it is what it is. And like I said, for you guys that transact for $30 for it, you guys are getting the paper version, even though I made sure your covers are laminated on your books, right? Because not only are you getting this astrology coloring book, you're getting 3 other, like a pamphlet and 2 other books anyway. Like, you get quite a few things. You get the nationality. I tell you guys, go and check out rvbaypublications.com. These are my notes from my first astrology workshop that I threw at House of Reawakening Mind. So you get the notes from that. And then about the first 4 years of my astrological studies, my astro flash sheets. So I produced these books myself. All righty, type them up myself on my own software and produce that and these astro aura cubes. Now, if you're looking to have something, because you guys already know, when you're making the paper ones, or you folding the paper ones, you gotta be careful. Now, do I have a harder one, a harder version, since the sun is transiting Pisces? Yes, these are the laminated ones. This is mine. This is my teacher's edition, right? And all the Astro Aura cubes are laminated, right? And it makes it way more rigid. Even though you can iron out, iron out the cubes on the ironing board if they get crumpled or messed up. But what I've noticed is children don't want to mess up the paper versions. But if you want to be someone that has something a little more rigid, I will be very honest with you. These here are way more rigid, and it feels like an actual plastic block itself, actually. And this was just from an experiment. I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, well, I was trying to do a deal with somebody near China to get plastic blocks, and I'm just going to put stickers on them. But it went from 50 for the blocks to 450 notes for shipping. I was like, get the fuck out of here, right? But these are much more rigid and harder and don't even bend, because the plastic makes the corners and edges really rigid. And you throw these at somebody, it kind of hurt. You can't believe it's just laminated paper folding to a block. All righty. But we all know how, let me turn this light off. Sun's transiting Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, right? Anciently ruled by Jupiter, co-ruling modernly or contemporarily speaking is Neptune. Then, it's dealing with self-undoing, wisdom, institutions, the 12th house, which is a cadent house. And Ayurvedically speaking, or astrologically speaking for medical astrology, medical astrologically speaking, Ayurvedically, is feet. And then we know that it's the mutable winter solstice sign, and it's a water sign that deals with platinum for Jupiter and tin for Neptune. All right. Well, platinum for Neptune, pardon me, and tin for Jupiter. Forgive me. All righty. And then when you finish, doing your studies like that or whatever, you find the element and alchemical metal. And that's where you, is this it? Yeah, find the element and alchemical metal, and that's where you pop the blocks out so that you now can take them apart and put them away. Put them back into here and put them away. And these are the ones that have the laminate. The reason why I don't do the laminated blocks for the 30 is because I saw what time it takes me to do them. And I was like, man, if the people want the teacher's edition, I need at least 180 units. And I was like, I didn't want people feeling like, oh, this motherfucker wants some fuck shit with some laminated paper. I can do that shit myself. Okay, go right ahead. I mean, I know what the dimensions are to what it is I'm doing. I know how to cut them because I have a bit of my workshop here or whatever, my cutting board, things of that nature, guys. So it's like got my laminator there. So I'm not fucking around here. You know what I'm saying? My printer's here. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I had to do and what energy I had to spend. So even the literature at 30 is still kind of like, but I'm not, about digging in your pockets. Long story short, however, what I'm actually saying too, because I have to fold those blocks, then laminate them. After I cut them and fold them once, I have to then laminate them, cut the laminate, and then fold them again. When I saw how my wrist and fingers were feeling after I was done doing that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to need at least 180, because I was thinking about doing it for like 222, because I was like, that is way too taxing, because I'm not saying, and I'm pretty sure once me and my bros, come together and get together like physically, then I can show them how to do it also for real, because like I would have to show it for quality control. But since I'm physically, and I'm not bragging on myself, I'm just telling the truth, since I'm the one producing this and doing all the folding and printing all of the files on my computer, I've done all this myself. You see what I'm saying? It's like them hands get tired, right? And I got 2 orders that need to go out. So shout out to both the mothers that ordered, all right? Which means I gotta make another version, but it's just the paper ones. But I'm telling you, my brother had ordered the teacher's edition one. Shout out to Brother Corey. I said, Brother Corey, I'm glad you ordered that, because now I know what it really takes. Because yeah, even though I had to design them, I got to put that into what it's worth, the time it took me to design them to be what they are, and then to actually get them in the form that they're in from the coloring books. So you got to remember, I'm doing 4 books, guys. Well, one is just a brochure type energy, but it has something on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. When you open it up, it's like, oh, something here, and then something on the back and the front. That's helpful, right? And then 3 books, and then the 12 blocks. You see what I'm saying? So you're really just getting the coloring book and the 12 blocks, and the other 3 for free. You just transacting 30 for the coloring book and the blocks. The other 3 is just me giving extra. Because when I ordered from rvbaypublications.com, Mother Roz was giving extra. So I looked at that like, okay, that's a really great example to set. You see what I'm saying? So why not do the same thing for you guys? When Brother Corey was like, yo, I want the teacher's edition like you got. I'm like, all right, cool. Bet. Thinking maybe I was just in the zone and happy when I did it for myself. When I did it for Brother Corey, I actually realized like how I was trying to move and how I was doing things. Man, by like the 5th, 6th block, I'm doing this to my thumb. I'm like, oh my God, my thumb and my wrist. Like, I was like, oh my God, it's my fingers. I feel like, man, I ain't gonna front, my fingers and my wrist was so tight for about 2-3 days. But then I worked out other ways of doing it. But I'm definitely for the teacher's edition one. Yeah, you're going to have to add 150 to that 30, because that I got to do the lamination and the refolding again, I gotta basically fold and cut twice. And remember, for the paper version, I'm only just folding the Aries block, and I'm leaving you guys to fold Taurus through Pisces, so you can learn how to actually do the origami folding and be actually able to, make it into a block also. So that's why I'm just like, well, since you're doing most of the work there, it's just 30. You know what I mean? I'm being fair. Anybody agree or disagree? Let me finish reading what it says in the chat. And he's just calling my middle son here to hear this from you. Indeed, I have always wanted to learn piano. JM said I may need to jump on a plane. I can teach you online. That's really nothing. You just got to get a MIDI keyboard if you want to get that. Like, it's nothing. Energies, JM says yes. Energy says no. I see a black board, laughing out loud. Wow. You're funny, Energy. She says her son just told her that's literally all of music theory on your puppet. Like, on the puppet show. Yeah, that's all. I did all the music on. When it comes to Astrology Street, all the voices. I made all the puppets. I did all the music. I had some assistance from a sister I used to work with or whatever that would do the camera work for me on some of those things, some of those webisodes, but mostly it was this phone that I'm seeing you guys comment on here. I'm literally holding this phone like this and peace and greetings, Islam, I'm Moroccan Roy. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Or peace and greetings, Islam. You know what I'm saying? Or she'd be like, thanks, Moroccan Roy. That's Potentis Rhea. You know what I mean? I'm that voice. If I do, when I introduced a Virgo webisode, who is that? Candy Raphael. Peace and greetings, Islam. I am Candy Raphael. I just was thinking, like, okay, how would I do these different characters? If I have Mudras Manny, peace and greetings, Islam. I am Mudras Manny, comrade. Right? Like, I'm just using what I did musically and learned in music and singing and stuff. And the guy they met, Brother Taj, was like, if you can't make it good for the grown-ups, make it good for the babies. Like, okay, cool, I'll do that. Instead of me just like, let me be a superstar and I can rap and I can sing and dance. It was like, fuck it. I can also draw. I know how to make puppets. I know how to do publishing myself also. You know what I mean? I said, well, all this shit I learned in high school, and even though I didn't go to college, I did trade school because I'm more of a hands-on guy, really. It's just that I went to a humanities-based school, so I could have also went to law school also if I wanted to, but I chose not to. And so I just wanted to put these things together for you all. That's just really how it goes and how it went. Are we still live? We're literally still live. This is amazing. So with that being said, that's all music theory on your paper. Okay, paper. Yeah, I thought you were saying puppets. I just saw that. Okay, well, I still just told you guys what it is when it comes to the show. Actually, I did all the video editing too, right here on this iPhone 6S that I don't have an iPhone 12, 13, XR, nothing. I don't have any of that shit. I did everything on this. You know what I mean? And once I got an iPad, I was like, oh yes, now I can do video editing. I was like, and I did it all on iMovie. The video editing software that comes on the iPhone, to the point that there was a point of time where I couldn't even use my iMovie anymore. That's what stopped me from producing more Astrology Street videos. For some reason, iMovie stopped working on my phone. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Some Herbert says Islam. Oh wow, laminated. Yeah, energy, like for real. Like the lamination makes the paper so much more rigid when doing the blocks. Katrina says, what does the name of it equal to in gematria? It's very interesting. You have to tell me about exactly what you're speaking on, Katrina, so I'm sure I'm adding up the right thing. Energy says, no, he meant paper. He typed the comment in and made the error. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, so paper, yeah. That's it. That's music. That's it. When it comes to music theory, like literally. It's not even hard. And that's just to know if you just wanted to be somebody that just wanted to, make instrumentals and how to make it seem like flawless or whatever, like that's what I show people. You know what I mean? Because instead of me just being the one producer that's making everybody's beats, I figured if I show everybody what it is that I know, it's like, instead of me being like, yeah, let me bake all your cakes, it's like, look, this is the fucking recipe, but use these ingredients this way. Then you follow the protocol, you can't fuck up. It'll be just like I baked the cake. You know what I mean? However, I recognize that this is a little different from baking cake because now people can build their own creativity on top of this model. So this model is universal. It's not just my model. This is a universal model. It's just the way that I put it. I made it so that people could learn it on one piece of paper. But I guarantee you can make a gajillion songs if you just pick a key, use the formula, and stick to that. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be hard at all. And JM says, I love Astrology Street. Indeed, JM. Indeed. JM is a sister. Got you. So it will be Mother JM then, to be respectful.
Got it.
Right? So got it. So JM is a mother. Got you. All right, guys. I know we probably went over another hour and a half, 2 hours than we expected. And I guess it was meant to be. So you guys can also see, like, yeah, 7hillstar.com is like, it's mainly there for the grown beings, even though a long time ago, Brother Taj and Mother Rashida was like, just keep focusing on the babies because the grown-ups, they're already corrupted. It's not true. They still got a chance. No, don't count them out yet. Right? However, like I said, when I did an experiment for someone's son who was an Aries, and we put Astrology Street on a laptop for them, and I folded up the Aries block, just the paper version. I didn't even have the laminate version on me because I just brought it as a gift for them to have anyway. And when we put the block in front of him, while we put it on the laptop in front of him, between him and the screen, and he's looking at it. This young man at the time was only 4 years old. 4. He looked at the block and looked at the screen and was like, oh, it's right there. He's like, look. He's just trying to like we didn't know we put it there or whatever. He's like, look, right? He was delicately handling this paper block. It blew my fucking mind. It brought me to tears. I'm not going to even bullshit you because I never seen, sometimes what people do when they make toys and shit, they'll test it in a lab with children, right? And they'll have the children, they'll be experimenting and see how the different children's reactions. And that's when they'll be like, this is for age 3 and up or 4 and up or 7 and up or some shit like that. And what I recognized was that even though he was 4 years old, he did not want to mess up the block due to the fact that what he saw right there on YouTube on the laptop, once he saw it right there in his face, he wanted to keep it in the same condition as it was seen on the screen. And I was like, whoa, bro, that's blowing my fucking mind. Because usually a 4-year-old, like, I just want to smash the shit. And I was like, whoa, that is fucking amazing that he didn't crush the shit, you know what I mean? And was very delicate with it. You know what I'm saying? And every time he picked it up, he didn't even squeeze it. It was amazing. It was fucking amazing. It was really, really amazing. Because he was in Aries, watching the Aries webisode, seeing the Aries block right in front of him. I wanted to, what if I had Moroccan Roy with me and did the voice right then and there? Probably would have been like blown, like mind just blown, like, holy fucking shit, I see it on the computer and it's in my living room. Like, seriously, but it is what it is. All right, man. We ready to close out, Brother Sean? Is Brother Sean there? We ready to close out? Bro. Energy
we can close this thing on out.
Let's see. That's how I operate. Love to share what I know. Indeed, JM Energy says so. So do I, JM. So do I. My grands love it as well. Indeed. JM says, I've been watching Seven Hill Star all day, catching up, and now this live. Love it. Indeed, JM. Thank you. Yes, kindly do not give up on us older ones. So I was like, no, they might still got a chance. All right. And Energy says, since I am the chief instructor for our little people, illumination astrology is a part of their studies. Indeed, Energy. Yeah, Energy's always been on top of it. I remember when I did the workshop and this is not me bragging on myself. I was just so happy that I could do it. It's because Energy has, as you can see, she said she's got quite a few little ones around her, even grands, right? So with that being said, when I did the workshop near the community center in my first office, I saw I still had extra supplies left over because when I was giving the physical workshops, I don't know why people don't really talk about this that know what I've done in the physical workshop, but I actually give composition notebooks and math supplies like compass, square, rulers, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I think I was giving different books also on astrology. I think I actually gave a literature set. So people were getting composition notebooks, math tool sets, and the literature that I produced, whoever participated in the workshops. I forgot how many that I have left over, Energy, and I was like, well, Energy's got a few babies around her, so I'm not gonna just let them sit here in my living room and collect dust, you know what I'm saying? So I just sent them the energy. Because untype babe, I just sent them the energy so that she can use them for her little ones. So I sent all the math tool sets, all the composition notebooks, all of the man, I'm getting goosebumps telling this story, man. Because I know a lot of people just think I'm just some loud talking asshole speaking down on people, and I'm really not. I'm just honest. And when I've taken my time to do what it is that I do, and I see that a lot of people are having their attention, like, you know, taking off the goal. I'm not even saying paying attention to us. I've only been recently saying, yo, you just need to focus on us. You know what I'm saying? Even though we don't get compensated from Ross Mariah, from Mother Ross Mariah for anything or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's where we got our start, our footprints in the sand there, until I guess she redacts things. The last time I talked to her, she said she about to start maybe removing certain books from being able to be ordered, maybe removing some things. And I'm just like, man, so let me make sure I still get, you know what I mean, I have all the books necessary for real from there. But I trust she just don't really erase things, because it's a lot of things there that I think are necessary. But I was like, yeah, RB Bay Publications, Seven Hills. That's why on my literature it says, learn about your true nationality and birthrights at rvbaypublications.com. She didn't ask me to put it there. She's not compensating me for putting it there. It's not like I give her my literature to sell through RB Bay. It's just that was where I went. So I'm just telling people, check it out like I checked it out. You know what I'm saying? 7hillstar.com after RB Bay and lawfulliving.com. Because that's the only places where I've seen is giving results. And again, shout out to Mother Naisha Bay and the Beloved Mother Oracle, because the Beloved Mother Oracle had shared lawful living with me based off of Mother Naisha bringing it to her attention. Honestly, that's the actual history on it. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mother Naisha, right? Energy said, yep, sure did. Yeah, I sent all that literature to you for your babies because I knew you had, quite a few babies around you and you're serious about that homeschooling, as they call it. So I was like, well, instead of sitting in my living room collecting dust at my first office, I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let me send it out there, because I know what it looked like. It looked like, oh, Hassan is just staying with his people. He's being a bum. Energy came by along with a few other people and saw what I was doing with my people's condo. And it looked like a fucking mess. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Energy. It was like shit was everywhere, but it was work. It was the work that I put together. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. It was poster boards and puppet padding and stuff, or when I make puppets and that portion of the corner, then it was like another workshop table and a makeshift desk here. And it's like, had like 4, and I still got like 4 different printers. This printer makes 5, because what I wasn't doing with when you guys give your energy, I wasn't fucking off. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't just doing dumb shit with it. I'm like, man, all right, the people giving this, all right, let me make sure, okay, the phone stay on until we do what we exercise in free utilities through lawful living. You see what I'm saying? Before we do what we do in free utilities, if the people giving their energy like this, I got to at least still make sure the phone on every month. All right, we got a website now. Let's make sure the website stay maintained. You know what I mean? So I do what I have to do with a little bit. So really, shout out to my peoples. You know what I mean? Because that was my mom Dukes for real. You see what I'm saying? And you know, she ain't really ever charged me rent or wanted to put me out. I just know she, being practicing Christian stuff, would have liked to see me do things according to what she thought. However, I saw what was much more major based on what Prophet Noble Drew Ali had published. And I was like, I think I can do more good than working for someone else. Right. And then shout out to my beloved mother, Mistress Consort. She's very supportive of what it is that I do. And so those are the 2 women first and foremost when it comes to Astrology Street or anything that I do, that I give my immediate shout outs to and immediate praises to when it comes to the mothers. And then the young lady that I was around at that time, who was within the executive producer credits of Astrology Street, her and her mother actually put some finances to it too. So shout out to Alice also. Appreciate you, Alice, right? So really the reason why 7 Heel Star and Astrology Street really is what it is because of mothers putting their finances in terms of not putting me out places, making sure that I have a safe space to work and do my shit. So I don't do womanizing douchebag shit. That's why you don't see bad press about Brother Hassan out there, because I'm not on that fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the first things I ever tell like any woman that was interested in me, and I'm open for correction, baby, I don't have no motherfucking finances like that, you know. I promise you, that's what I would tell. That's what I would say. I mean it, because I already know, like, I don't want to give any false expectations. So that's why I was like, even letting my mother know, like, look, check this out. I know it ain't looking so crispy right now, but give me about 5. I remember saying this about the first or second year. And I said, give it about 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a growth, because I'm not going to be dishonest with the people. So it's going to take a little more time to see the results that you might be expecting. Because, you know, my mother thinks I've thrown my life away. Correct? Do I need to be corrected, baby? No? Okay, cool. So, right. So, just wanted to put that out there, guys. Like, so yeah, I put my life on the line, and that's what I do every day. It's just now it doesn't seem like I'm putting my life on the line. It seems like this is just who I am, what I do, based off of me going from being someone who's doing people's studio sessions, helping build their studios, people coming home from jail, coming through a certain bail bonds office that had a studio in the back, that working under the table for the bail bonds office or whatever. But I'm like, yo, I know your PO gonna need to know that you're doing something that's you know what I mean, helpful. So of course, I'm introducing this to people coming straight home from jail, teaching them music theory, teaching them how to, you know what I mean, run the equipment in the studio, you know what I mean? And people ain't steal from yo. People ain't steal from the Bells bombing that had the studio and shit. And he's like, damn, yo, like Shorty making our beats and all that. That's why I said there's some real ones that's no longer with us that, you know what I mean, they was monsters in the street. When they came to that studio, they make sure I was good, because I've never been on no fuck shit. And that's why I don't do it with my brothers. I don't do it with my mothers. And I don't do it with y'all. So that's what it is. You know what I mean? I never thought I had this conversation with you guys, especially on a live for real. You know what I'm saying? I know, Brother Sean, I know you heard the background before, you know what I'm saying? And you know much more. But it, you know, however it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Wholeness to you, energy indeed. Yeah, the results will come because of the sincerity, Jay, and you're correct, mother. And Slim Herman says 100. Guys, we love you all so much. Let me get Brother Sean back the host. And with that being said, guys, we love you, Brother Sean. Any closing remarks, bro?
Nah, man, that was great. Just from how we started, how we finished, and then we kind of had that after presentation. So yeah, it was just good, like love it. It was very, once again, very Piscean.
Yeah, I know, right? That was really wild. That's why I'm like, that's new moon energy right there.
So yeah, it's just very beautiful, and pardon me, and Brother Signs was beautifully zodiacal, right? Beautifully zodiacal.
You're hilarious, bro.
That's it, man. Just yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Today rocking with us. That's pretty cool. Like I said, shout out to Brother Sauce, Brother Soul Sauce, Brother Jack. Shout out to Exalted Cyclops, Brother Corey. Shout out to Paragon Devo, Brother R.
Paragon Devo, they my rhymes, punk.
Shout out to Senior Jackson Bay.
Yeah, shout out to Senior Jackson Bay. Yeah, man, for definitely providing on the astrology street, the Moorish Latin. Like, yes, definitely. Seriously, that's one of my patrilineal brother's best friend, Senior Jackson Bay, and I ain't gonna front, that's my bro. You see what I'm saying? And he's an actual, real Moorish Latin teacher, quote unquote Spanish teacher, with the Baltimore Teachers Union near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic. So he's an actual Moorish Latin teacher. He's not just doing it on Astrology Street. He actually is in the Baltimore City public school system teaching Moorish Latin. I yield.
Yeah. Yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Y'all enjoy the rest of your moon day. You already know Lawful Living, Jurisprudence Gym is tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday for the Astro Weather Report. Then it's Lawful Living again Thursday. Then it's Improv Friday. So, yeah, just like y'all got a schedule to do things, we do too. So, like I said, shout out to everyone. Like, supports, don't support, whatever fashion. Just thank you for even, thank you for it. I'm grateful. So y'all enjoy the rest of your moon day. I'm about to probably get something to eat, chop up some videos. I know I'm a little behind on that.
Yeah, I gotta probably do something too, but yeah, you already know. You collab with me, bro. I'm with it.
Indeed. So
I actually got some writ writing I got some writ adjustments to do, notice to the sheriff. So that's what I really need to focus on, the notice to the sheriff, so we can have that in our arsenal of writs. But go ahead, bro. I yield.
It's fine, indeed. Gratitude to you, bro. Shout out to Brother Sign. Shout out to the Solar Art couple, the other half of the Solar Art couple.
My baby, yeah.
Shout out to Diesel. Shout out to Basil, right?
I know, right?
Shout out to Zuri and Nala, the little pups here, right?
I know, right? Because we all got some puppies or buppies. Right? The buppies are the big puppies, because it's just like, even though they're full-grown bullies, they're so teddy bearish, but they will fuck something up if they need to.
Yeah, I think that'd be it, man. Yeah, shout out to you all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, your degree. And yeah, 7 Hill Story out, bro. Peace and love to you all. Namaste. And we is out.
Peace.